pronounce? Go ahead.
Yeah, we live right now. What was you saying?
No, I was saying, how do you pronounce? How do you pronounce your? Is it
Oh,
Chapa or is it what? How is it? What is it?
well, a few people call me Chopper for short. It's Chapapa.
Chapapa.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Papa.
Chapapa.
I
I
see
think
a
I'm gonna
few.
stick. I'm gonna stick with Chapa if that's all right with you.
Nah, you good. You good. Jorge, but the first one to call me Chopper, so it's all good.
Chopper. I like that. I like that.
We all good over here. So see, we got a few early birds. KDC, what's up? Send a letter from Cali for the Dominican route. Appreciate you.
Look, got a couple loyal fans came on this side. Awesome.
All right, cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely. Queen status, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. All you guys here from the Dominican route, really appreciate you guys.
That's right. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel right now. Don't forget, right now.
Yes, sir. Rob, what's up? What's up? Good evening. Yo, if you're here join this live, drop a comment. Say good evening to our special host. To me, I know y'all don't care about me, but at least say hi to our hosts. Let us know. Let us know who's here, where you watching from. Gonna be great live. You guys know it's gonna be a great live because last night I was drinking water. Tonight I'm on my Johnny, oh Johnny. So it's gonna be a great topic. Russ is supposed to join whenever
Yeah.
Russ.
Look, I got look what I'm. That's what I'm drinking on right there.
The Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, the
Man,
ultra.
I know
I'm not.
you're not with DR
I'm
because you
not
have.
in. I'm not in the Dominican right now, so I gotta stick with the ultra, not the
I know you're not
presidential.
because they do not have that out there. That was a
That's right.
grind of mine. Not having a Michelob Ultra, they didn't have no Bud Light Platinum, but
Yeah.
nevertheless,
Yeah.
we here. We folks, I know you guys see we sipping. John got the beer. I got the whiskey. It's gonna be
Let's
one
go.
of
We'll have
those
a good time.
topics. Whenever Russ pull up, I send him a message. But if not, we just continue on
Yeah.
without him.
I'm ready, man. I'm excited. I appreciate it, man. And how long have you had your channel going for total?
July, I hit a year in July.
Congratulations, man. July. Wow.
Thank you,
That's
brother. I appreciate that.
one year. Is that
Yes.
that's is it coming up on a year?
Nah, just 1 year. I just passed 1 year.
You just passed 1 year. Okay. I think I just passed 2 years, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been out since 2020.
That's right. That's right. 2020. Yep. That was my first trip to the Dominican Republic, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
went. I went during COVID, man. I said, "Hey, I'm going anyway." I just went. I wasn't nothing stopping me.
yeah, I remember when the channel first went up, and you had your girlfriend at the time. I was like, yo, this is what I need. This is it because I
Man,
had just, I had just moved to Santiago.
yeah. I got you. Do you ever go back to your first videos and look like, man, I was so dry. I didn't. Man, I was like, hey, y'all, I'm starting this new channel. I'm so excited. I got a whole bunch of stuff going, and y'all gonna be excited with me, man. I said, damn, man, that was depressing. I was like, but you just learn from it. You learn from it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I was recording like landscape and I had the cameras all messed up. I'm like amateur. But we got a few people in here. Drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, and you guys know how we start to show up like this. All right, yeah. Buenas noches, que lo que, buenas noche, bonsoir. We got a very special guest, John, aka the Dominican Route. That's right, I said John, aka the Dominican Route, in the building. Very special brother, very special YouTube channel. Appreciate all that he's done. John, to just introduce yourself to those who may not know who you are and what your channel's about, and just you.
Man, I just a quick rundown. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Um, I played baseball my whole life. I love working with children, and I was assaulted, and after I was assaulted, my life changed totally, and uh, I had a whole bunch of friends that played in the New York Yankees organization with me, and they said, "Hey, man, why don't you just come and take a trip to the Dominican Republic?" And then my son was telling me like, "Dad, you ought to start a YouTube channel. You're disabled now. You're not working. Blah blah blah." So I said, "Okay, I'll try it," and started the YouTube channel right around the time I was moving, excuse me, to the Dominican Republic, and I just kind of fell in love with it, man. The YouTube channel, and I kind of started my whole life over again in the Dominican Republic. I live in the Dominican Republic. My house is in the Dominican Republic, and I come and visit in the United States. And but for the most part, I am in the Dominican, and that's why I named my channel the Dominican Route. So I just kind of gave you the short version of it, but that's we can go into detail, whatever people ask me. That's cool.
All right. And yeah, this is a continuation of the Q&A. So whatever questions you have for the Dominican route and myself in regards to the Dominican Republic, Brazil, experience in living in these countries at expats, let us know what's up, and we'll do our best to answer this question. So you mentioned something about an assault before. For those who, well, explain it a little bit briefly about that prior case that
Oh, with you talking about the Dion Sanders case?
yeah.
Oh yeah, and his son. Yeah, I want to send a quick shout out, man. This guy right here, Haitian Gunman, he's big on my channel also, but he shows a lot of love to all the YouTubers when we with the Dominican stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want to send a shout out to him, man. Just pay attention to that name. He's a great person,
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. Haitian government. So I got fit. You
Yeah,
already
yeah,
know.
he's awesome. Yeah, and Queen status and RA. So yeah, but anyway, man, it's crazy how like if you don't know exactly what's going on, the media and people can switch stuff around so much. They made it kind of in the beginning. They made me look like the bad guy, like I was just top flight security of the world, Craig, and I just wanted to steal take Shiloh Sanders' phone, and it didn't even happen like that. His dad wanted me to get the phone, and he elbowed me with a roundhouse to the neck, and next thing I know, my fingers start tingling and everything, and they rushed me to the hospital, and I had to have a 5-level neck fusion. Uh, so it's just sad. I was real good friends with Dion, but Dion Sanders put me on TMZ, and that's when I had to get me a lawyer or whatever, because my credibility and all the things I've done, receiving NAACP humanitarian awards and doing a lot of stuff with children and being a foster parent, and having my kids stripped away from me because um, he made these allegations and pretended like I assaulted his son. So I had to do what any other man does. You have to protect yourself, and you have to go ahead and and defend yourself. So everything after all the lies came out, I they gave me all my foster kids back, and I was able to have foster kids, and then I eventually adopted, and but I lost a lot of stuff in that meantime, man. So it was just a sad situation how Dion Sanders tried to put me on blast to protect his son, Shiloh Sanders, and I love what they're doing at Jackson State. I'm real big on uplifting Black people, but at the same time, I got to defend myself at the same time. And a matter of fact, I'm going to a Jackson State game in the next couple of weeks. So I love Jackson State. I love what he's doing over there. But a man has to defend himself, and you gotta speak up for yourself when you need to. So so the case is over with. The judge ruled in my favor, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but I was awarded a certain amount. The judge ruled in my favor. I won the case, and now I can move to the next chapter in my life. And but it's going good, man. And I wish them the best. But I have major issues. I have major back issues. I've had 4 major surgeries since I've been assaulted by Dion Sanders' son Shiloh. So it's just that's just something I have to deal with from I've heard people say that I was faking it, and you hear all those things like stop trying to steal his money and all of that stuff. But it had nothing to do with that. Any person would do the same thing, you know.
Yep, completely understandable. You're still alive. Thank God for that. You know,
Not
because
paralyzed.
yeah, those neck injuries aren't nothing to play with. So, but shout out to JSU. You know, they just had the win last weekend.
Yeah.
It was closer than their first game. You know, first game they beat the bricks off of them. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Shout out to JSU, man. Shout out to
shout out to
JSU.
JSU. So you've been living in the Dominican Republic, say, since 2020.
Yep.
So did you get there like during the pandemic or right before, or how was
It
that?
well, my first time to the Dominican Republic was January 1st, 2020. So I didn't have an apartment until I moved it, till I went back about 2 or 3 months later. You know, during the pandemic, sometimes they would open up the border, and sometimes they wouldn't. So as soon as they would open up the border, I would go right back. So it was kind of like back and forth back. I think I got to look at my passport, but I think I went during the pandemic. I think I went about 4 or 5 times during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was easy. The airport shut down on me.
Oh man, really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Airport shut down on me, and I think I was in Puerto. I was still in Puerto Plata. This is right before I moved to Santiago.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's crazy, man. But every time they opened it up, I would be over there, man. So yeah. So what year? When did you first go to the Dominican Republic?
Um, my one way flight there was in 2019.
2019. Okay, a year before me. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool. That's good.
like a few months actually. It was like that October, November time frame. I signed my lease in October,
Gotcha.
so I was there from 2019 in Puerto Plata. Are you still in the same city that you started out in?
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't moved. I just moved homes, but I'm in San Cristobal, and that's it's not too many Americans that live in San Cristobal. It's a lot. It's some spread out and everything, but it's not like Puerto Plata, or Punta Cana, or Santiago. But I see some of my American people at La Serena sometimes, at the Mermaid at the grocery store, but.
Mm-hmm.
Darlene and Jasmine are the only one, and Melvin are the only one on the block that speak English. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been to San Cristobal. You see a lot of tourists out there, like a lot of Americans, or what do you mostly
No,
see out there?
no, you don't. You just see it's a lot of hustle and bustle there, man. It's different. You really get a chance to live the Dominican, like how Dominicans live. And some people call it the poor area, but it's not poor. It's just that's the way the Dominicans live, that type of lifestyle. So
Mm-hmm.
now they have the slums and the poor areas and the projects and the hood or whatever you want to call it, the ghetto with drugs and prostitution and all that stuff. But it's just a lot of hustle and bustle, like where I am. So like I don't know if you saw my last video, but the noise, man, it's no type of noise restriction. And when you lived in the Dominican Republic, you guys you didn't hear noise, you didn't hear music at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, did you? Like loud, did you?
Nah. Because I was careful with the neighborhood that I went I went to move in.
And the only reason I moved to San Cristobal is because of I wanted to feel comfortable for, like, my extended family, because they're Dominicans, and they played in the Yankees organization with me. So if something would go down, at least I can go to their house, or I can say, hey, this happened, this happened, and I can be protected or whatever. So that was the reason I moved there. But I mean, the cost of living, the food, all of that stuff, I love it. But when it came down, the two things that really kind of that say, hey, I got to leave San Cristobal, and I'm not knocking people in San Cristobal, is that the noise is nonstop. And sometimes, some days you don't have no noise, and then some days they playing music till 3 o'clock in the morning, man, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, loud. I'm talking about blasting loud. So yeah, if whoever's moving to the Dominican Republic, really pay attention to that. If they have any codes or noise restrictions and things like that. So that, and I think the power outages. I end up eventually getting a converter box or whatever, so I can have some juice for about 6 to 8 hours. But you really have to pay attention to that. So that's and just the hustle and bustle in San Cristobal. So that's why I decided to uh, that's why I decided to leave. Eventually, I'm gonna leave San Cristobal.
Okay. Shout out to Joel joining in. He says it's pronounced San Cristobal, not
Yeah.
Cristobal.
Well, I used to say San Cristobal, but I I hear people. I'm trying my best, but I see like people say San Cristobal, but maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe I'm still saying it wrong. So I appreciate it, Joel. I appreciate it, but if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Don't I'm not trying to say it wrong.
Shout out to the man himself.
How do you say it, brother? How do you say it, real quick?
But I didn't hear. I didn't honestly. The few times I've heard it, San Cristobal.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
man. What's good, my guy? Jorge was just talking about you. One of the first people to start calling me Chopper, and then now you're the second. So
cool,
my brother right there. Make sure you guys go check out his channel. He lives in Santiago, actually. So what city do you plan on moving to next?
It'll be either Punta Cana or Puerto Plata. You know, I really don't want to get too in the touristy areas because I want to help the Dominican people that lives day to day. I really want to help them out. So I don't want to be like ducked off, like with just nothing but tourists and stuff like that. So I want to kind of be able to leave, hang out with all my Dominican people that live day to day and help them out and give back community service and start my baseball program up for the youth and things like that. So that's where I plan on moving. You know, so you're gonna probably, I don't know if you can help me out with. I know you can help me out with that because you lived amongst the Americans and the foreigners, right?
I lived amongst the Americans in Puerto Plata, and then I lived amongst straight Dominicans in Santiago.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you kind of got a mix of. So which one did you like, both of them, or what was your experience on it?
And Haitian Gunman, I see you backstage. Just because we got a few questions, I'm gonna let you in briefly. But cool. I got tired of Puerto Plata so fast. Like I signed a 1-year lease and I didn't even make it to the year. I got tired so fast because it was just so small. And you know, with it being a tourist attraction, prices were a little bit higher.
Right.
I explained a story yesterday about how I was dating this girl, and then we ended. And then a few months later, I was dating another girl. And then she was like, one day she was like, "Oh, I'm working with your ex-girlfriend's little sister." And I'm like, how? Yeah. How in the hell? So that's was like, yeah, you know, I gotta.
You gotta move around. You gotta move around.
Yeah, Protocol is too small. So, first question, my Judy mom asks, how much is your rent in the area you were talking about with San Cristobal with the loud music? If you don't mind sharing.
No, not at all. Now don't quote me on it because I don't have the paperwork right in front of me. But I have a 1-bedroom, 1 bath I use for my office downstairs. I pay $185, $165, somewhere around there.
That's less than 10,000 pesos.
Right. I want to say it's 8,000 or 9,000 pesos, and it's beautiful. I'm talking about nice floors, everything, the whole nine. What's up, brother? What's up, Haitian Gunman?
Yo, Haitian Gunman in the house. Haitian Gunman in the building. Yo, yeah, we hear you. Yeah, internet a little choppy, but we hear you.
Yeah, we got you. You kind of in and out a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Haitian Gunman. You know, he's always been on the channel from like day one. Always commenting, appreciate it. Get your internet settled, and then we'll get the internet settled, and then we'll hop you back in. So
yeah. So upstairs I pay it's 3-bedroom, 1 bath. I pay I think $240, $220, somewhere around there. So it's around total for upstairs and downstairs. I think I pay about, under $400. So you can find some nice, beautiful homes in San Cristobal, but you really just have to pay attention to if it's gated, if it's not gated, what type of noise restrictions they have, and things like that. But that's a good question.
That's great though. You know, you're sacrificing something, so you sacrifice the noise, the inconvenience, but to pay around less than 10,000 pesos a month.
That's right. You can't beat that anywhere, man. Yeah, you can't get that anywhere, you know. So the thing is, you can move to San Cristobal and have a get a nice apartment in a gated area away from the noise, and it's gated, and you're probably going to pay maybe a couple $100s more. Maybe I have a friend of mine. She has a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and I think she pays $540 a month for that 3-bedroom, 1 bath. But it's gated, and they have noise restrictions. You got to have the music off at a certain time. You got to have the area clean. You got to pick up all your dog poop and all of it. They got grass in her area. So there's a lot of places in the Dominican Republic don't have any grass. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta pay for that's an upgrade. You gotta pay for grass in at your house if you want some grass.
Yeah, it's a concrete paradise island in a way.
It is.
So,
right.
So question, how are you gonna adjust from going from basically no tourism, no Americans, fair pricing to wanting to move to Punta Cana or Puerto Plata?
Man, I just live all my life. I've just been a person. I live life, man. I have been I can be at the crack house one day and I can be at the White House the next day. So it really don't make no difference for me. I don't mind moving around, learning different things, just moving, it's just being, just being the person that I am. It's just, I've always moved around. So it'll be pretty smooth for me. It's going to be easy for me, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And Javier just shared a tip. He said, got the low grade internet in the Airbnb. I guess he's talking about my guy HG. And that's another thing. You guys got to, man, this is one thing that I've learned. I've been getting scammed out of internet my whole time living in the Dominican Republic.
Really?
I've been getting scared because you know how they hit you with the fiber optics? All right, they don't have fiber optics in Puerto Plata.
Okay.
That I was paying for 100 megas. Rather, at a good day, I was maybe at 60, 70. This is with the cable connected. With the Wi-Fi, forget about it. When it will rain, forget about it. And all those concrete houses, signals are hard to get by. Next step, move to Santiago. They're like, yeah, this building was built, fiber optics. The city has better infrastructure. I'm like, let's go for it. Connected, maybe I'll hit 100 on the Wi-Fi, less than that. But the difference from internet in DR and internet in Brazil is I could upload a video that's 5 or 6 gigas in less than a minute. Not connected with the Ethernet cord. So I'm like, this is real internet. This is the promise fiber optics I was looking for.
Right. The real shit that you actually asking for. Now, how do you check and see how much what you have? How do you know?
So if you want to do it wired, you connect the wire to your port and the computer, or if you want to do it the Wi-Fi, you just go on Google, you type in speed test. I use Osaka something. It starts with an O. So I do a speed test with them. They'll send a ping out and they'll let you know how much you're hitting, your download speed and your upload speed. Gotcha. Did that in DR. I was like, yeah, the speeds was great, but it's like it just wasn't it.
Right.
If it took me like an hour maybe to upload a video connected, I was having problems gaming. I'd lag sometimes.
Right.
Things would take a minute to download. So it was a bit of an issue. But out here, I definitely get real great internet.
Right. Like I being in San Cristobal, we had a lot of that. I had Altice, and Altice was okay. But it would go in and out when I was on a live sometimes. So it was all right. Altice. Did you have Altice or Claro?
No, I had Claro.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I heard too many stories about Altice. Mm-hmm. So I had Claro. I had a friend. I still have a good friend that works at Claro. He hooked me up because as Americans, when we go to DR and we try to get certain services on our name, they won't give it to us. So I was trying to get internet when I first moved to Santiago. I wanted the 100 megas pack. It was like, hey, listen, you don't qualify with just your passport, yada, yada. So I didn't know this guy from a hole in the wall, my friend Tomas. So he was like, listen, I know what it's like to be in a place brand new. You don't have anybody. So I'm going to take a gamble on you. I'm going to put this internet in my wife's name, and then you pay it. And then, a few months from now, you keep your receipts and we'll put it in your name.
Gotcha.
It was a win-win because with him putting the internet in his wife's name, it helped her credit out. In the DR, I got the internet that I needed. So shout out to my guy, Tomas. We just had a few more people join. We got the Dominican Route, John in the building, yeah. Make sure you guys go check out his channel, subscribe. Definitely a good brother living out there in the Dominican Republic. Listen, for those of you who caught his live last week with Russell, Taylormade Dream, shout out to Ung. He's supposed to be here. No clue where he is. He's probably at a bar right now enjoying his best life. Listen, there was some things, like you guys spoke about the vampires and you spoke about your situation, with your now ex, and it really hit home because I went through something similar, but I guess in a way I won. It wasn't as drastic as you, but I went through something similar. Can you just a brief rundown, because I want people to go back and watch that internet. So what was your ideas on like the vampires that you and Russ were talking about?
Well, this girl, she was different. In my opinion, she was different from what I saw. She had children. She was a hard worker. I didn't meet her. I didn't meet her as like just showing her ass and shaking her ass on the strip at the Malecon or whatever. So she was different, and I knew she wasn't a prostitute. I knew she was not like a gold digging type of person. But I felt a little jealousy in the beginning. But I was telling myself like maybe it's gonna fade away. It's gonna go away, and she's just gonna see that I'm not having sex with women, and maybe it's gonna go away. But we dated for 2.5 years. Within that 2.5 years, she moved in with, probably a year later, a year and 2 months later. So we had been living together for about 7 or 8 months. And then it's just the jealousy. And she got my password to my phone and just going behind the refrigerator and looking at my passcode and not looking at my passcode, just looking at my messages. And then she using Google Translate, and I see her holding my iPad up to my iPhone and using Google Translate and shit. So I'm like, what you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, just all you have to do, if you want to read all the messages and read my messages, just lay in bed with me, sit in bed, and you can just do all that. You don't have to hide and sneak and do that shit. I don't have nothing to hide. So, and then when it was time for me to interview, now these old people, I can interview these old people, these grandmas and grandpas and all that stuff. But when I wanted to interview a fine girl with and then she started saying, she's like, no. And so I was like, man, that's messed up. So she had those jealous tendencies,
Yeah, felt threatened in a way. HG is back. Let's get HG in here real briefly. HG, what's going on?
What happened, bro?
Yeah, my fault.
What's happening?
Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my fault,
how
man.
You doing?
This Haitian internet, you know how it is out here.
Yeah,
what part of Haiti you
How
in,
y'all
bro?
doing, man?
Good.
I'm in Port-au-Prince. Yeah,
Port-au-Prince.
it's kind of hot right now.
You in the capital?
Hey, yeah, I'm working security.
I feel you, man. That's what's up, man. I want to come back over there, man. I love traveling and doing different things. I'm not scared to come down there. I just want to make sure I'm safe when I get down there.
Oh, don't come there, man. It's hot.
It's hot right now? Okay.
It's real hot,
gotcha.
man. Oh, man, it's real hot.
Oh, man, yeah. Hey, man,
HG, not on the channel, not on the channel.
Yeah, not on the channel. Yeah.
And no doubt.
When I grew up,
I got love for.
Go ahead.
I've basically been around Dominicans. I dated a Dominican for like 4 years. I'm in and out of DR. I was out there in April. Big up to all my Dominicans.
Yeah.
Sak pase tout Haitien, Nula.
Yes, sir. Nula.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And
man.
I've been through some bullshit. I can right now.
HG, we're losing you on the internet, so you got to try to make it quick because your internet's
And
going out.
uh, oh, okay, my fault, man. Man, I think I'm gonna have to save this story for another day, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to,
yo,
brother. No,
yo,
you
yo,
good.
yo, get
But yeah, we
active in the
riding.
comment. Yes, sir. Get
Hey,
get active.
Rico, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, get active in the
Yeah, we
comments,
riding.
HG, because at least there you won't be cutting off.
Yeah,
But yo,
shoot some comments, brother. Shoot some comments down to us.
yeah, but definitely appreciate you stopping by, HG. You've been here from the get. I
Yeah,
salute you. Definitely, bro. And
Yeah, man.
keep it up.
Yeah, man. I grew up in a rough neighborhood in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So, you know, and I respect what you're doing. And sometimes we have to filter some things. But yeah, I had before Columbine, man, I had two people killed at my school in 2 years, man. So the gun violence and all of that stuff is that's one reason I moved to the Dominican Republic because yeah, you got gun violence. You got gun violence. You got people doing all kinds of stuff, but not nearly as bad as the United States. That's one reason I decided to move to the Dominican Republic. They're really strict on the guns. You see these little thugs and these little punks that's 16, 17 years old. They got a little gun in their pocket with two bullets in it, and just trying to act cool and shit. But for the most part, the Dominican Republic, they hold it down when it comes down to gun violence and really not letting everybody have a damn gun. Uh, in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, they make guns really hard to get. I mean, $5,000 for a handgun. That's a little bit absurd. So they make guns really, really
I
hard to
like
get.
that, man. I like that though. I mean, you can get something from up under the table, or you can get some stolen guns or some illegal guns in the Dominican Republic. But if you get caught with it, man, you're gonna be into some serious trouble.
Mhm.
But man, I love that. I love that. Now, about 2 blocks away from me, one of the Comados got robbed by two guys with ski masks, and they took they asked for everything. They took their jewelry. It was about 10 people just chilling out at the Kamado, just drinking a beer, and they got robbed. They took their jewelry, they took their wallet, they took their money, they took everything. So you hear about those stories sometimes in the Dominican Republic, but it's nothing nearly as bad as the United States. And for the most part, they not gonna kill you or just shoot you for no reason. They want a couple dollars, and then they want your cell phone, and then that's about it. Have you ever heard any like bad stories in the Dominican Republic where or
It,
seen anything?
I want to say it depends on the neighborhood. So I know there's this one neighborhood in Santiago, San Fuego, that's very, very hot. And even though I'm in Brazil, I still keep up with the news out there in DR because I still got my peoples out there. So I see like the police crackdowns, finding guns here or money there or things like that. But I want to say it has gotten from my time from when I moved there, it has gotten a little bit worse. Not like
Right,
United States bad,
right, right.
but I mean like as far as things going down in broad daylight you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
with the cameras. Like, there was a few instances in Santo Domingo, like, people getting shot up in cars, or, they had that. I don't know if you heard about that one police officer. He was off duty, and then he chased a woman down in a Benz. So it's been it's been a little bit hot. I don't know if it's because of, due to like the
pandemic,
inflation,
inflation. Right, right, right.
yeah, things like that. People getting hungry, so it has gotten a little bit hot. So, walk us through. You decided to move to the DR, right? You moved in January 2020. What was like your last 90 days like in the States? Like, were you downsizing? Did you have the naysayers? Like, people like, oh man, you're not really gonna go there, or you really going there? Like, why? What was that like?
Man, it was I had my house here in Louisiana, and when I made my mind up, I had garage sales. I had two garage sales, and I sold everything. I just sold everything. So like when I got back the first time from the Dominican Republic, January like 17th or something, 2020. I started having garage sales. I started telling people I'm selling this. I sold my car. I was just selling everything. I said I'm done with the United States. The United States, they got some positive things about it, but I'm just finished with it. I was just finished with it, and then I just sold everything, man. So pretty much for the most part, I just decided that's it. And yeah, I did have the naysayers. I had, man, and my mom and family members, got to be careful down there. You know, that's a third world country, and ain't nobody coming to get your ass if they have your ass for hostage or something like that. I'm like, you hear about those horror stories and but those naysayers, and like my mom, they care about you, but man, be careful down there, and it's bad over there, and blah blah blah. But it's not bad to compare, like what people talking about. You hear those horror stories, and on TV they always show the horror stories where people were drunk this and they died and they did this and they did that. But the Dominican Republic is nothing it's not like Haiti. I tell you that it's not like Haiti. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, especially with the naysayers, man. I still get it till this day from
Mhm.
my mom. My mom is okay expected, but from friends like, hey, when are you coming back? Or everybody just asks, you're not tired? You're not tired of being at peace? You're not tired of, paying cheap rent or being in good weather? Or, like, you're not tired of the good, real food, like real chickens, real
Right.
cows?
Right.
And,
Right. Right.
and you know what I told him? I hit him with the gospel song.
Yeah.
So like, no, I ain't tired. I'll never be tired. So
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah. Like
man,
like Kevin Gates said, I don't never get tired.
nope, never. I tell him, yo, come on down, come on out. There's
Now, do
plenty of
you
palm
have
trees.
people? Now, I'm starting to have like family members and friends and stuff to start come down and visit me, as you see, like my cousin and my auntie came and all of that. So, are you starting to have people to say, "Hey, I'm getting a ticket. I'm coming down there"?
I'm gonna be honest. I was in DR around close to 3 years. I want to say I maybe had a total of 3 people
Mhm.
come visit.
3 people. Yeah, that's not bad. That's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. For my entire time there,
yeah.
I had 3 people come visit. One person came twice,
Right,
so I
right.
had 3 people come visit.
Yeah, man. It's the man. I love the Dominican Republic. I'm talking about like even my body feels better when I'm in the Dominican Republic. My mind feels better. Like right now I'm in a little bit of pain and I'm always in a little bit of pain, but it seems like my everything, my spirit, just the energy is so much better in the Dominican Republic. I can walk around. I can walk in the ritzy area in the Dominican Republic. I can walk in the poor area. I can walk in the poor mall, the ritzy mall. If wherever I walk around in the Dominican Republic, I still have that same energy. I feel good, man. So, uh, people that has never been to the Dominican Republic, you gotta check it out. You gotta experience it. It's an amazing feeling to visit.
And I want you to elaborate on that a little bit. Explain what you mean by your spirit feels good, your mental, your body. Explain what has living outside the states been doing for all each of those things.
Right. And like KDC just said, it's that natural air, and I'm gonna really get into that because like I'm in Louisiana right now. Louisiana, if you don't know, is one of the most it has the worst pollution in the United States. Some of the worst pollution in the United States, and I can feel it, like my allergies and things like that. So just the energy, man. You was when we was talking earlier off the air, you were saying something about energy, and I wish I was your age. I'm 46 years old. I wish I was your age and knew about energy and protecting your energy and protecting, who hangs around you and what places you go in. You can walk in a place and have a dark feeling, like a gloomy feeling that come across you. And that's I don't have that. I have so much energy in the Dominican Republic. I feel good. The air is fresh. Just you wake up in the morning, you step outside, you put the trash out, and people are saying, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. And and they always say, gracias a Dios, gracias a Dios, gracias a Dios, and I guess that means thank you Jesus, and or thank you God or something like that. Yeah, help me out because you the
yeah, it means thank God. They thank God for everything out there.
everything, man. And so when I walk outside, I hear the Dominicans say, gracias a Dios, gracias. I hear that probably 50 times when I'm walking down the street and I'm exercising in the morning or something like that. So that energy is awesome, man. You come in the United States, like I'm at my cousin's house right now. I walked outside yesterday and a white man, he was just mean mugging me. I was like, man, nigga, I didn't even do nothing to you. I just came from the Dominican. You don't even know me. He was just mean mugging me. So just that energy, you know what I'm saying? And so I said, you know what? I'm not in the Dominican Republic. They got these racist folks out here in Louisiana that just, so the energy, you talked about energy and the energy. How old are you, brother?
I'm 29.
29. Damn. And I salute you. 46. I didn't understand about energy and how energy kind of transfers until I was probably like 40 years old, 39, 40 years old. So 29, understanding about energy. I salute to you and everybody that's on this live. Really focus on your energy and who hangs around you and who and who appreciates you, and really protect that energy, brother. I'm sorry for going off.
Go ahead. You preach it to the crowd right now. I really
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And to me, even at 29, I feel like I've learned late because I've gone through so many eras. But I am where I am today. I'm grateful for it that I got here as soon as possible. But I went through my eras, and I just want to be able to pass that message on to other people. Like, listen, protect your peace, protect your energy, do what feels right for you. I always tell people, like, listen, as long as you're happy, you're healthy, and you're not hurting yourself or
That's
others,
right. Or others.
do whatever the hell you want.
How you want to do. Yeah, whatever makes you happy, man. Whatever makes you happy. That's what it's all about. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because regardless, you're gonna have people that be like, you're gonna have the people that you can never please. You ever have those people in your life? They're like never content, never happy. Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'm like, yo, live your own life. Like,
that's right. That's right.
What I eat don't make you shit.
That's right.
So leave me alone. So that energy thing was huge because I remember all the times I would have to go back to the States. I'd get chills on a plane and I'd feel depressed. I'm like, shit, I really got to go back. I'd get there. I can't. I really couldn't manage. Like, I would really dread going there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I was raised in a rough neighborhood and I went to a rough school. But man, that 1970, that 1980 feeling, I feel that. I feel that in the Dominican Republic. I was born in 76, but as a 80s baby, like being raised in the 80s, and that was a good feeling. And I feel that same feel in the Dominican Republic. Man, I don't have to hang around rich people to feel good. That's just me. Man, I'm talking about, I love hanging around people. Everybody chipping in, getting some beer, playing dominoes, and just shooting the shit, and then beans and rice and chicken and just putting a meal together, or getting some salami and some crackers and sitting down laughing, man. I love
queso, and oh my goodness, bro, the simplest things. Yeah. And that's what I love about there, because lately people be like, yo, man, you left DR, you hated DR. I'm like, nah, I didn't hate DR. I just feel like, it was a stepping stone for me into other parts of Latin America. So you speak positively about it. It's done wonders for you. You could say that moving out of the States saved your life.
Yes, true. The YouTube channel and moving out of the States has saved my life, because now, I get checks. I get money from some of the movies I played in. I played in about three major movies, and I get residual checks from them. And I was the stunt double for Mike Epps at one time. I was dating. I was Day Day's stunt double, and all about the Benjamins and stuff. So I get like little small little residuals from For Love of the Game and Mississippi Burning and things like that from movies. But if you got if you're getting $2,000 and up or $1,500 and up in the Dominican Republic, man, you can live like a king and you
Mm-hmm.
feel good, you know. So and I feel good, you know. My children, they are happy. Everybody's happy. So it's just a great feeling, man. I don't have the stress of the world just on me all the time in the Dominican Republic.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. And you were also on the Yankees for a stint, right?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't make it to the major leagues, but in 1997, I was drafted from Dallas Baptist University, and I was a six-round pick in 1997, and that opened a lot of doors for me, man. But I had a bad knee injury. I had my ACL torn. But yeah, played with the Yankees from 97 to 2000. Hung out with Derek Jeter, hung out with Mariah Carey, hung out with a lot of other celebrities, Kalita Smith. She's a good friend of mine. From the Bernie Mac show.
Right.
I talked to Kalita about 3 or 4 months ago. Miss Bernie Mac, the mama on. You remember the mama on Bernie Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine, and yeah, yeah. So man, I got my 5 minutes of fame, if that's what you want to call it. You know,
Man, 5 minutes at life that
that's
lasts
right.
a lifetime.
But it really, you know, I learned that you stay humble no matter what. Uh, you know, I really like Dave Chappelle because I've never met Dave Chappelle, but I really like Dave Chappelle because he stays humble. They say you can go meet him. I like Ricky Smiley. I'm a big Ricky Smiley fan because Ricky Smiley, he's just a people person, and I'm a people person too. And being a people person, man, that just feels good. And just like it goes back to that energy and who you hang around. Yep, 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 yep. So, man, have we missed any comments or anything like that? Uh, what happened to Haitian gunman? He not sending nothing. Are you there, brother? I think he froze up. I think he froze up. So, if y'all can still hear me, I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm just gonna take over Chapapa TV. So, yeah, I mean, I really love the Dominican Republic for that reason. It's it's a peaceful place. You have your ups and downs there, and you have your issues there. And I don't really get into politics in the Dominican Republic. So, but you see people with signs out in the street. You see people doing their thing when it comes down to politics. And I'm pretty sure you got some corrupt politicians in the Dominican Republic. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't get into politics over there. So over here, I get into politics, and it gets kind of depressing sometimes, especially with the lies and the corruption and things like that. So shout out to Haitian Gunman. Thanks so much, brother, for donating to Chopper. What you think about the Ricky Smiley Obama beef? Wow, I don't know anything about that, brother. What you think about the Ricky Smiley Obama beef? Maybe I've been kind of out of the loop, but you got to tell me about that. Maybe somebody can bring me on and somebody can talk about that. Help me out with that, Haitian gunman. I'm gonna stay. Make sure you comment below and just talk to me about that. Let's see. Chopper, you still there, brother? Anyway, uh, I don't know what happened to Chopper, but I see I am still live. So, Haitian Gummy, I'm gonna look up that. What do you think about the Ricky Smiley Obama beef? I'll look at. Oh, he criticized Obama. I don't. Okay, okay. And man, I remember Ricky Smiley doing a interview with Michelle Obama. So I'm gonna have to check that out, brother. I'm gonna check it out. I don't know too much about it, but I'm gonna check it out. But I have met Ricky Smiley before. He's a good dude, and yeah. That's cool. So I don't know what happened to Chopper. I lost him. I am live by myself. I guess I done took over. I done took over the channel. So let's just talk. Oh, guys, guys and girls. Uh, on Saturday, I have a live, and it's talking about me being a swinger and becoming a swinger. Uh, and I'm not a swinger anymore, but how I became a swinger in a swinger lifestyle. So, guys, check that out. That's going to be a very interesting topic, and the bad things about being a swinger, especially having a wife and then being a swinger and being involved in that type of lifestyle. So, check it out Saturday at 7 p.m. Um, I became a swinger at 19 years old. I kind of got introduced into that lifestyle when I started playing baseball with the Yankees. So in Tampa, Florida. So that's gonna be a hot topic. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, brother. I just been talking, man, until you came back.
Thank you. You know what's funny?
Uh-huh.
All this time I've been talking my shit. Like, yeah, I've been here, and when the thunderstorms and power don't go out, the power cut off, but the building has backup power. It's just my luck.
That's crazy.
That's what I get for talking shit.
Hey man, if that happens to me, man, you just keep on talking, just like I did.
Yeah, I got you. Ain't nothing with that. But I wanted to highlight some of these comments.
Yeah.
Javier says you don't have to pay a premium to eat natural food. What a concept. That's very important, man. Why does it cost more to be healthy in the States? I want somebody to tell me that. Yeah. KDC, I am from NYC, Queens, NYC in the house. Yes, sir. Shout out to all my folks from NY. Listen, y'all, make sure you guys are liking the video on your way in, on your way out. If you missed this live, sorry we missed you. It was a great one. We got the Dominican Route here. We got Chapapa Tv, the collab. We finally waited for it. Listen, this brother has been in my comments on videos that I've done in the past, and I'm like, shit, bro. I was following you before I even made a YouTube. So it's just funny. I was just telling him today offline. It's just funny how all of that comes back full circle.
Yes, it does. It does. We talked a couple months ago, but I was doing a lot of ripping and running, and we finally got together, man. So we got to keep doing this thing, man, and supporting each other. And you got to come over to my channel also.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Whenever you're ready. Shout out to Haitian Gentleman for first super chat tonight. Make sure you guys send in them super chats. He says, I don't know if you answered this already. He says, what about the Ricky Smiley Obama beef?
So yeah, I was talking about Ricky Smiley. I'm a big fan of Ricky Smiley, but I hadn't heard anything about, man, Haitian Gunman. He stays in the loop because have you heard anything about the Ricky Smiley Obama beef? But he said he criticized Obama. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know anything about that, but I'm gonna check it out.
Nah, I haven't heard that. KDC says, Chapapa, I'm going next month, late October. Give me number one thing before going to Brazil. Number one thing is, respect people. The people respect you. People down here are nice.
Oh, really?
They're very nice. The people down here are nice. The dollar goes a long way. It depends where you're going, KDC, but you'll definitely enjoy it because I've told this story before. When I wanted to move from the DR, when I felt I was ready to go, I actually went to Colombia first. I went to Colombia and I was scouting around. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's see what happens with Colombia. And then Russ would always tell me, like, for the past, like, it was a stretch of a few months. Russ would tell me, like, nephew, you got to go to Brazil. You got to go to Brazil. Got to go to Brazil. I'm like, you know what? Let me go to Brazil. And then once I got here from the first day, I called. I'm like, I see what you were saying. It's unexplainable.
Yeah.
Really unexplainable. And that's another thing because this live was to try to recruit you and to come down here to Brazil.
Brother, I'm coming. You don't even have to. Yeah, you don't even have to recruit me. I'm already in there. I'm coming. I'll be down there soon. I think he froze up again. But yeah, I hear so many stories about Brazil. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I will be there, man. We're gonna set up a date, and I'll be down there, and we'll figure it out.
Listen, when you come, I'm just warning you. You may not want to leave.
Hey, that's how I feel about the Dominican Republic. Shit.
Hey, that's how I felt my first time there, and then I just went somewhere else. You've never been to Brazil before, have you?
No, never been to Brazil. I've been to other countries, but I've never been to Brazil. No.
Oh, no. So it's over for you then when you come down here.
Oh man,
So
yeah.
you might as well bring 2 check bags because you're gonna be here a while.
I already know, man. I've seen those. I remember back in the 80s and 90s, all those dope boys and all those drug dealers was showing videos and those porn videos and all of that stuff of they going down to Brazil and getting it in and all of that stuff. And Brazil was hot in the 90s. 90s, Brazil was hot. And, you know, everybody said, I just got to go to Brazil. So I know nothing's changed. You know, you got to be careful. You got to protect yourself. And they got scams and corruption out there just like anywhere else.
Just like anywhere else. But definitely. So you spoke about being safe, right? And you've been in the DR. What is your personal horror story from your time living in the Dominican Republic?
Man, the only horror story I had was that when I broke up with my girl.
So for the folks, turn into a horror story for you. Besides her being possessive, jealous.
So anyway, yes, I'm gonna kind of back up a little bit. I'm sorry. So if people don't know, when I broke up with my girl, I said, hey, you know, it's not working out. You can stay here for 16, 17 more days in my house. The house is in my name. The paperwork is in my name. Everything's in my name. The everything, the lease, the internet, everything, you name it. And I wasn't going to kick her out on the street with the kids and just say, hey, you got to get out right now or tell your mama to come pick you up. I wasn't like that. I said, okay, we're going to, you know, you got 15 or 16 days. On the first, you got to be out all nice and everything. So she started going like, she just started going off on me and like, no, you know, you said we was going to be together and blah, blah. I said, it's just not working out. I have tried. I had to try. I talked to you. You're not changing. You have these jealous tendencies. So it got real bad to where the neighbors, I don't know if it's her or the neighbors, called the police. Somebody called the police. Police came and she was speaking in Spanish and I was understanding a little bit because I'm starting to understand Spanish more than I can speak it. And then Melvin came over, my good friend that has El Piloto Tour. And Manuel came over also. He was like, man, the police said that you and your son got to go get a hotel. I was like, wait a minute. I said, this is my place. And they like, no, they said y'all been fighting. They don't want nobody to get stabbed or killed or nothing like that. Y'all work it out tomorrow morning. So I said, okay, no problem. I had my wallet. I had my pass. You know, I had everything on me. And I went, we got a hotel, came back that morning, man, and like half of my shit was gone. Like gone.
What was missing?
Television.
Oh.
I probably paid $450 for that. Maybe $500 for that television. Television, refrigerator, stove, no stoves. I don't think she couldn't get the stove on the truck. And a microwave, you know, just the shit that she can throw on there real quick, you know. And so it was just crazy. Like I would have gave you some money. That was my plan. I was gonna give you some money to start your new life, to, you know, help you out with an apartment, all that shit. She probably took $1,300, $1,500 worth of stuff, and I'm like, damn, I was gonna give you $1,500 cash, you know, and I could have gave you the TV. That ain't no problem. But now, and then I said, hey, maybe it'll register, maybe it'll click, maybe she'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. Let me stop being so jealous. That was all thrown out the window when she took my shit. So I was like, and I don't do drama. I don't have shit to happen like that. But I have no idea. And I'm not gonna say all Dominican women are like that. I'm just saying that she took my stuff, and that's it. You know, she didn't take my New York Yankee ring and all of that stuff because I had that locked up in a safe box. And
she probably would have if she could have.
If she could have, she probably would have and sold it or whatever. And then the ring, I hadn't proposed to her yet because I put it on hold. That, you know, I don't know if you saw the video when I was getting ready to propose. I said, hey, me and Darlene went got her a ring and blah blah blah, and so she kept the ring because I had the ring like in a certain area. She kept the ring, so maybe she pawned the ring, and maybe I don't know what.
Yeah, bro, that's
Yeah, so
jeez.
it's crazy, man. But I'm really happy. I don't care about this stuff, man. I went through a big divorce when I played with the Yankees. I lost more than $1,600. So the money in the TV that was, it was just the drama and the police coming and all that shit. I just don't do that. So anyway, that's my horror story of the Dominican Republic right there. That's it.
Now, it's a special night that you're here tonight because I have my own horror story that I have never shared.
Go ahead, share it, brother.
And lots of people like Haitian government asking me to share. I've never shared. He says, John, who called? Or I was the police called. That his neighbor called.
My neighbor, yeah, I think my neighbor called because she was so loud and she was just going off, and it was just like and when he came, and then my neighbor was telling me like, hey man, you need to go ahead and kick her out the house because the house is in your name, and he was wrong. He was like, and then the police said no, she got 3 kids. She ain't gonna be kicked out the house. So you got to get out the house. And I was like, oh,
crazy how they protect each other even when they're wrong.
That's right. That's right.
Even when they're wrong, and that to me, I get it. You're nationalist. You're protecting your blood, your race, but that's toxic.
That is.
That's toxic to me. I can't get past that. That's toxic. So.
She took my good pills too. She took my hydrocodone and my oxycodone. So
it's like okay, when you hear shit like that, it's like okay, how long were you scheming on me for?
Right.
How long were you plotting?
I said, damn, you could have left the oxycodones because I was in some pain, so I had to get some oxys from somebody in the Dominican. You can get drugs easy in the Dominican if you need some. You get penicillin, whatever you want to over whatever. But anyway, go ahead. My bad, brother.
Yeah, that's.
So yeah, Haitian gunman. Yes, one of my neighbors called the police, and it went from bad to worse real quick. Man, I usually get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, okay, I'm gonna enjoy my hotel, and I'm just gonna have a good time, watch a little TV, and then so I got to my apartment. It was like 4 miles up the road. I got to my apartment like around 7:30. And the door was wide open. She didn't even close the door.
She didn't even close the door.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So now I have like a gated area, so you gotta use the key to kind of get into it, but she left the door unlocked, and I walked in. So I went to my neighbor, and my neighbor said, oh yeah, she left the key with me, and she gone. I was like, damn, that's messed up.
And this is my thing, right? And this is something I know Russ has thought about personally, and it didn't click with him. Where's the humanity in that? Because you've been with this person for 2 years and her kids that weren't yours. Russ had a situation. We came, and that's a problem where I've said before on the channel, when you move down there, it's great and all, but be careful because that saying, your kindness for weakness, don't lead with your heart. That shit will come back to bite you tenfold. So it's
and Chopper, you absolutely right. But the thing is, you don't have to be like with no hoe, no prostitute, or no woman that's a choppy daughter or whatever you want to call it, a so-called choppy daughter. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. So, like you said, you just gotta protect. You gotta protect yourself.
That's what they don't understand, bro. Like because, like you said, you wasn't into that type of joint. You met a normal woman. She worked, had her kids. You did all your stuff, man. And it can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter if they're a doctor, lawyer. Jorge tells you all the time, like, listen, it don't matter what the title is. You still gotta know how to manage them. Still gotta know how to maneuver. You gotta set it as a transaction. It always has that parachute.
She caught me by surprise. I did not see that coming at all. So, Hey, but I did have all my passport and all that stuff because I'm not stupid because I'm 46 years old. I've been through a lot of shit. So I know I had all my stuff locked up in a safe box. So it was she couldn't get in there.
Yeah, if she probably had the moving dudes try to pick the lock too. I
That's
wouldn't be
right.
surprised.
That's
Damn.
right. That's right.
So Jorge says no place around the world the police would have kicked her out. They probably said you picked to move her in, now deal with the issues that come with it.
That's true. He absolutely right. And I never thought I've never been through nothing like that before. So now I know. And the only reason they would have kicked her out that day, they said because she has children. So that applies in the United States, that applies in the Dominican Republic, probably in Brazil. You know, if you get with a girl and you they got a child or one or two children or something like that, the police gonna say no, you cannot kick her out because they care about the safety of the kids or whatever. But I think that's sometimes women take advantage of that shit, but at the same time, that's just how the world. And I don't knock that. I really don't knock it, but I just don't like how she took my stuff at the end.
When you probably would have gave her the same in cash value or more.
Brother, I would. Yeah, you hit it right on the head. You're right. You're right.
It's and me and Russ have touched this today. Like we get it, but the whole just today mentality, not tomorrow, not yesterday, kills me. You know, I've had a similar situation, but what saved me first was that I called the police first.
Mm, mm.
So this is going out to any brothers. You guys are gonna move down there and you're gonna move a chicken. First off, I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know if John, you could attest. Also, don't move a chicken.
No.
Don't move a chicken because it's not worth it. It don't matter how much you love her. It don't matter how many eggs she gives you for breakfast. It don't matter how crisp she fries your salami, how she makes your mango. Do not
Mother,
move
I,
her in.
I realized, man, just like the uncle Taylormade, man, like you was just saying, that dude is so wise. I learned a lot on his channel when we were talking on the live. He was like, man, I'm getting another woman from another country. I'm gonna bring her into the Dominican Republic, and then like she don't have all these damn rules and laws backing her and supporting her. So like, everything is just like, hey, I'm from the United States, she's from Brazil, or she's from, I don't know, the Philippines or wherever she's from, and then everybody's in the Dominican Republic just enjoying life. So yeah.
With that, I want to talk to him about because there's a chance for corruption there. Because I've come across Venezuelans who in the beginning were sweet and then became a product of their environment, that energy.
Yeah.
That energy, and then you would have thought, hey, if she didn't open her mouth, she was just born and raised.
That's right. Like Eddie, I don't know if you remember Eddie Murphy. One of Eddie Murphy's jokes was like, "Oh, bitch, get half of all his shit, bitch. You didn't know you can get half of his shit." And then other Dominican girls start getting in their ear and all that shit. Like, get
the girls, the family. I'm like, the family. I'm like, bitch, I just bought a whole pig for Christmas, and you gonna set me up?
Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, brother. My bad. Go ahead.
Yo, Jorge says, pay your girlfriend rent. I wish I would have known this. Which is going to be less than 150 US and live alone. Please. The pillow talking ain't worth it. And do you think guys have this thing like when they go live out there and they're probably dating, they have a girlfriend, and it's like, man, I just want to wake up to this every day. Like, I just don't want her to visit. Do you feel like it's an illusion that could later become a disaster?
Man, I just know that some men like me, I want to be with a woman. I want to build a relationship with her. And I don't believe it's an illusion. I believe we just keep searching for like that happiness and peace, man. Mm-hmm. And it's and you just keep searching for it. I'm kind of I'm right now. I'm just kind of laying low. I'm talking to a person right now, and and that's it. I'm just talking to a person right now, but I'm just trying to find that person. And I'll say this because I'm a realist, man. When I started making money and I signed with the Yankees and I married my first wife, I screwed up, man. I had a baby when I was married by another woman. So like I was like, is this karma? Is it like now I'm ready to settle down and chill out with all the bullshit? But hey, maybe it's karma coming back around. So, but like you said, I protect my energy. I apologize to every woman that I did wrong, because when you're older, you start to understand like all the bullshit, and you don't want nobody to feel like no, you don't want nobody to feel bad or hurt, and because you don't want to be hurt. So, and I'm like that. Before I'm 18, my dick got hard instantly every time I saw a woman and all that stuff. I'm getting it in. I'm a part of the swingers lifestyle, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm playing with the Yankees, and I'm rubbing elbows with Gary Sheffield and Derek Jeter and all the baddest women in the VIP and all of that stuff. And after I got probably 30 something years old, and what really slowed me down was the assault. That really slowed me down a lot. After I got assaulted by Shiloh Sanders, Dion Sanders' son, after I got assaulted, that slowed me down, and it made me take a deep breath and say, hey man, you might want to just have peace in your life. And I got this tattoo, man. And I got peace be still on my hand, because that's all I look for. So as soon as I start seeing shit like turning your energy, or somebody bringing bad energy or something like that, and I know I'm jumping subjects a little bit, but as soon as I see like the bad energy, I move around. I move around real quick, and I have this for myself, and I read it in the mirror, and I look at it, and I say, okay, peace be still. So yeah, I did love this girl, but the jealousy and the phoniness and not trusting me, and I can't do what I want to do. I said I got to move around, and I have to leave her. So hey, I will leave. I will give another television to her and a microwave to her to just have peace in my life. So the damn TV and the microwave, that ain't shit.
Yeah, I understand. And Jorge and I spoke about this the other day along with Russell. Do you feel that it's something in the environment? So did you have your red flags before, but you like drove through them? You drove through the red lights, you drove through the stop signs?
Yeah, but so my red flags, and this is for everybody. Now, this is gonna be one of the most important things I say right now. So I want everybody to grasp this. My red flags were: are you a hoe? Are you fucking somebody when I get ready to leave? That's what men think. No man wants their woman to be out there hoeing around, and then you look like a damn fool, and she having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry every time you leave, and if you go to the United States. So that's what I was thinking about. Okay, this girl is not a hoe. She's not having sex with men, from what I see. She don't hide her phone, and she don't do all that shit. I'm not a phone person anyway. I don't look through your phone. All the signs was good. She not disappearing and pretending like her phone been broke for 6 hours, and she not, so that's what I was looking at. So I did see a red flag, but I didn't think that red flag was that bad, brother. Mm-hmm. I did not think that being jealous was that bad. I did not think that, okay, I didn't think the jealousy was going to get worse, but the jealousy got worse. So for anybody, so that's an awesome question. But I did see red flags, but I did not think, my red flags were, is she going to sleep with somebody else? And is she going to steal my money? And is she a choppy daughter? That's the two red flags I was looking at. And then the red flag with her being jealous and envious, that red flag bit me in the ass, but I didn't pay attention to it.
Because you know what it was? Us being in that environment, we were looking one way, thinking, all right, traffic is going to come from this way, not knowing we're on a two-way street. So we're looking out for certain things, and I would say maybe it's a product of the good weather, the food, how people treat you. You let your guard down, and then things that would normally have the sirens going on, you're like, you know what, maybe that's just my PTSD. Let me stop being paranoid. I'm in a new place.
Right.
Let me open and be trusted. Man, we drive through those red flags.
And I drove through it, because the red flags that I was looking at, that was the main ones I was looking at, and the other one bit me in my ass.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You look one way, you get hit in the back of the head. Man,
That's right.
I went through that. Me personally, I've driven through red flags in a Ferrari with my relation. And funny enough, it was after I watched your channel and I watched it with your girl. I was on, your time, like how you were with the Yankees. I was on my chill time, single time. Listen, I had, a friend in this town, a friend in that one. I had this one behind the block, this one down the street. I was going around. And I watched your channel and I saw like, your connection, your vibe. I was like, you know what? I like that.
I appreciate it, brother.
I was like, you know what? I like that. Let me try that out.
Right.
So then I met this woman. And in the beginning, shit all sweet.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's puppy love. Yeah.
You meet the family, and then a few stop signs popped up, and I drove through them. Drove through them shits.
And you gotta tell me one of your red flags that you just kept going through.
Man, my red flags was another thing, the jealousy.
Yeah.
And I guess the first red flag that I really, really ignored was when we first started talking, right? Mm-hmm. So I did about a total of 2 surgeries in the Dominican Republic. I had to do 2 surgeries. Mm-hmm. My first one, right, was when we first started talking. She came over, came with me to the hospital to came all this stuff. So I left her my phone. Mm-hmm. I'm like, listen, in case of emergency, here's my phone. You call this person, this person, this person, right? Simple rules. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I come out the surgery room. We go back home, and she's quiet, super quiet. Mm-hmm. So we all know as men, when a woman's super quiet, all right, what happened?
Yeah, that's right. What's going on? Right.
What happened? She's like, oh, I'm gonna say it in Spanish and translate it in English. She's like, oh, pero ya estoy aquí cuidando a usted y tú tienes otras mujeres, tienes fotos de otras mujeres en tu celular. She's like, yo, I'm here.
Sailor, I heard something about cell phone, and so she was looking through your cell phone.
Yeah, she looked through my phone. I'm fucking in the operating room, right? And she's like, oh, I'm here, and you have this girl from a few weeks ago, and mind you, we just started. I'm like, yo, number one, you and my homeboy Tomas that work at Cloud, he's like, yo, from there, I would have fucking kicked her to the curb. Because what are you doing going through my phone?
Yeah, I had the same, man. I had the same, and that was in the beginning, and she just kept doing it. So hey, I fall in the same line, brother. I want to tell you this. I never told anybody this on not even on my channel. I have been getting calls from 90 Day Fiance. They want me to get on that show so bad. I got the emails right now. I just got another email from 90 Day Fiance. Shit. And they want me to get on 90. Well, I don't have nobody anymore, except for the person that I'm talking to, and she's from the United States. But I've gotten like 5 calls in the last 2 weeks to get on 90 Day Fiance, and I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't want to go that route, man. I'm not gonna go that route. Yeah.
And if it interferes with your peace, I say leave it alone.
Yeah, it's gonna interfere. And I like to do shit the way I want to do it. And a lot of that shit is staged on 90 Day Fiance. But I know, but anyway, I just wanted to say that,
So
go ahead, bro.
Jorge says, nah, it's not the weather or the food that has you blowing past the red flags. The cheeks and all that pillow talk can have some people on cloud.
That's right.
Listen, man, the cheeks on some good weather, man, you don't know cloud 9 till you on the roof of your building clapping cheeks and you under the stars. You don't know cloud 9, man.
That's right.
But listen, so with my situation, I end up, having. Did you go to the Fiscalia at all to fight? Fiscalia is like their court.
No. No, I went. It's kind of like I went, but they were just saying, man, like don't even go through with it. I did file some paperwork, but I just handled everything on my own, and I just charged it to the game, because I didn't go. But did you have to go? Did you go?
I voluntarily went.
Okay. Wow.
I voluntarily because I let people know, and this is her fault too, because I've told her in the beginning. On this channel, I let people know, okay, who is Michael Jordan to you? What does Michael Jordan mean to you?
He's just he's a superstar. I mean, like just a basketball player, a great basketball player, one of the best.
Right. As the basketball player, one of the best. Mm-hmm. I tell people I'm Michael Jordan when it comes to fuck games.
Right.
So if you want to play fuck games with me, right, you're gonna get scoring champ, you're gonna get MVP,
right.
MVP. Right. I got the time. I will make the time if you want to play.
Right.
So I told her this. I went to the Fiscalia, and thank God I did my research before. I listened to the horror stories before from other people. So even in the beginning relationship, anything that I bought, I kept the receipt. Anything that I bought for my apartment, that I bought for her, I kept the receipt. I remember one time I was in New York. I was in New York for my daughter's birthday, and I needed a new fridge. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to send you this money. Go to Ocho Santos, buy me this fridge. And my camera.
Yeah, you good.
And she went, bought the fridge, signed for it in her name.
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I got the receipt transaction through Zoom. Bought a bed, bought a furniture, any little thing that I bought, I kept the receipt. So then when shit hit the fan, my homeboy from Claro was like, listen, let's go to the Fiscalia. Let's get I guess what they call the restraining order thing. I'm like, that's a little bit upset, but he's like, let's go to Fiscalia because she's gonna go. I'm like, damn, you think she's gonna go? I was like, yo, I'm like, nah, she after all the shit that I've done, she wouldn't do that.
Right.
So I went twice in one day. The first day I went, I filed, I gave them my passport, yada, this and that. And then I remember I had to go back home for something. And this is like in the middle of the day. So Santiago traffic was crazy. Go back home. When I come back, who's outside the Fiscalia?
She out there.
She is. So she seen me. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I lace up my Jordans. I'm like, okay, it's fourth quarter now.
It's game time. It's game time. That's right.
It's fourth quarter now.
Right.
So we go in front of the magistrate, and the magistrate's like, listen, why are you here? She's like, he kicked me out. We broke up, and I feel like I'm entitled to ABC. And fellas, take notes. This is John. This is the first time I'm ever sharing this story on the internet, bro.
That's cool, brother. Go
ever sharing this story. And I'm sharing this so fellas, y'all don't fuck up like I fucked up.
And me.
and John, if you fucked up after listening to these two gentlemen, then you just a walking fuck up, and that's your fault. You can't be saved.
That's right.
But anyways, the reason why I went home was, bless you, to get all my receipts from everything, from grocery shopping to the fucking second bed I bought for the bedroom to the refrigerator. She's like, oh, well, I want the computer. She was like, I want the computer he got me, the bed, and the fridge. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay. And she's like, and the judge is like, okay, how long have you guys been living together? And she's like, it's been like 6 months. In DR, it's up to a year.
Oh my!
It's at least a year before somebody is entitled to your stuff. So she's really? Like, yes. So she's like 6 months. The judge was like, okay, that's enough time. It was a woman at that. So I'm thinking, oh shit, woman empowerment. They about to jump me, about to gang up on me. Whatever. Right. So I pull out my receipts. I'm like, listen, judge, this is me paying for the bed. This is me paying for the computer. And she's looking at it. And she's like, because she's like, all of these things were gifts. I'm like, no, they weren't gifts. I was buying it for my home.
Right.
The receipt was in my name. And then she goes, oh, well, judge, the fridge is in my name.
Mm-hmm.
The fridge is my name. The fridge was in her name.
Okay. So what happened?
So I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's time for me to pull up and hit a 3-pointer. Game's on the line. I go to Zoom because I sent her the money through PayPal. I go to Zoom. I'm like, listen, judge, here's the receipt. Here's the screenshot of the conversation where I'm like, listen, go out and buy me a fridge.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, man. Yeah,
from there,
you had this shit saved. Yeah.
Gotta ask. So then the judge is like, listen, based on all the evidence he's seen, you're not entitled to shit.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell him, hey, let her keep the phone you got her, let her keep the watch you got her. But anything else that she wants is up to you to decide if you want to give it to her or not.
Look, that's Miss Sharonda is real. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother, but Miss Sharonda is very, very big. She helps out with a lot of questions and helping me do a lot of things on the Dominican route. She's really big. She's a big supporter of all these different people in the YouTube channel, especially the Dominican Republic. So shout out to Miss Sharonda. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Miss Sharonda. Thank you for putting up. She says, so after a year, your partner, not even your wife, gets half. No. Anything you sign, if it's a wife, they're gonna get half. Yeah. But if it's your girlfriend, they're entitled, but you got to know how to play the loopholes. You got to know how to play the timing. You got to get dirty. You got to play little fuck games, because after that, they're going for the low blows. They're trying to take things from you that they had no part in helping you get.
That's right.
So I mentioned the judge is a woman, right? So now my ex is like, so what about my time? I don't get nothing for my time. And the judge is like, yo, you're an embarrassment to women. She's like, yo, you was with this guy. Things didn't work out, and now you want to get compensated for your time. Are you a prostitute?
Right.
This is what the judge is asking her.
I love it.
The judge is like,
you had a Dominican judge, and she was a female, and she was like, she was playing it. She was being fair with it.
No, because I came correct, bro. I came with screenshots, receipts. I'm like, listen, I got time. I moved to the Dominican Republic, and I have nothing but free time. I got time. So if you want to play this, we could play this. I don't care how much it's going to cost, but I'm going to make sure. And I could have let her walk away with that shit like you did. But for me, it was more than that, because I was like, yo, I put my, like you did, I put my love into it. I put my humanity. I put my time. And this is how you want to try to bite me in the back.
Right. And you're not in these streets just hoeing around and doing all kinds of shit. You just trying to live a peaceful life. And then that's the thing that stung. That's the thing that stung to me.
Exactly. The thing that stung is that we were doing the right thing, and they still. Right. Yeah. So the judge's like, listen, it's up to you if you want to give her this stuff, the bed, the computer, but you don't have to. So my lesson learned was that keep your receipts, guys. Keep your receipts. Don't give up when people tell you, oh no, it's not gonna work. Don't fight. Fight. If you want to fight, if you have the time to fight, fight. Because you put your time in, you put your money in, you put your love in. So why should somebody walk away with something you work hard for?
Yeah. I just think, and you're absolutely right. I think with the $1,700 that she took from me with the TV and the microwave and the fridge and all that, man, I was just like, I looked at my hand. I said, I don't even want to go to the police and go to the court system and all that stuff. So you actually, I'm not knocking what you did, and I probably would have done that if I wasn't ready to move on or something like that. So I don't think no way is a wrong way, but if you just want peace in your life and you just want to move on, and I just charged that $1,600 to the game, you know.
I saw it. I understand what you're saying, and I've thought about it. I saw it as a way of protecting my home.
That's
right?
Good. Because you didn't want her to think that she could like get away with that, because she already had that premeditated.
And when I say protecting my home, I don't mean my apartment, but I meant the Dominican Republic was my home. Right.
That makes sense.
So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna defend where I'm living. Right. I'm not just gonna lay down and let this happen to you because you think you know the laws or the laws will work for you a certain way. And like, nah, I'm gonna fight like hell.
That's right. Yeah.
It's up to a point, and it's my fault. And it took me so long, John, to admit, like, listen, these things are my fault because I ignored the red flags. I stayed when I shouldn't have stayed.
Right.
I did everything. I tried therapy with this chick. I did everything. That's at the point. Even my therapist was like, "Yo, you gotta go."
Yeah, that's right.
A female therapist was like, "Yo, you gotta go."
Yeah, and that's good, man. It's just sometimes that being up in the sheets, like you said, and just feeling good, and you really don't want to start over either. I didn't want to start over with a new relationship.
Oh my God. That's a secret red flag on its own. That's a secret. Can we call that laziness?
I know it's not laziness. It's just
laziness?
it's energy. You just don't like starting over, man. Just the time and the energy and what's your name and how many kids you got and let me meet your mama and all of that, man. I just anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be like, at least you know how to dance bachata. And I dance bachata smooth, real smooth. Yes, that's right. And I dance salsa. So at least
man, that's good, brother. That's good,
I,
brother.
I learned something. But yeah, I was so scared to start over. I think that was another thing why I held on as long as I did. Because I was like, fuck, I got to do this again. I got to ask somebody what's their favorite color, what's their allergies, what's their goals. I got to do this shit again.
I know.
I was like, yo, I was at that point in my life, I couldn't let shit go.
Yeah, what you like to drink? You like tequila? Or you like brown liquor? You like clear liquor? What
Yeah, like my brother said, you have to learn to let go. I can admit I didn't learn to let go.
Me neither. Yeah, and I'm 46 years old, man, and you just I really wanted it to work out. And you always hear those stories, these old school moms and pops and all that stuff. They stay together and all of that shit. So I was just trying to like see if it was gonna get better, but it just didn't. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Yeah. Sharana says, I guess vice versa. A female has to save receipts too. Definitely. Yo, females go through it too out there.
That's right. That's right.
The tigres. I'm telling you.
That's it.
It don't matter if they have a 9 to 5. Listen, the hustle is alive and well.
That's
so
right.
That's what happened to me. You know, I had a problem letting it go. And then, even after that, we were still communicating. You know, they hit you with you'll probably get that regret text message in a few weeks. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
I already got it.
Okay. I gave her too long then.
I blocked her and then she tried to use somebody else's phone and then call on from another phone. I had to block that number.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, it don't matter. And I don't have any issues with any gay people or transgenders, but my friend, he's gay. He lives 3 houses down from me in San Cristobal, but he works like for American Airlines, and he was in love with this other guy, and he has a Kamado and all of that stuff. The other guy, and he was buying him shoes. He was buying him all kinds of Jordans and clothes and all of that stuff. And he hung around with that guy for about a year and a half. And I would see him crying. I'd be like, "What's wrong?" He said, I'm trying to pour out all my love to him, and he don't want to, blah blah blah, and all that. So, it don't matter who you are. If you gay, you straight, if you looking for a prostitute, you just gotta be careful, no matter what you do, wherever you go. Period. Yeah,
you gotta be careful, and if you're trying to find a relationship, you gotta vet.
That's right.
Vet them correctly. Be patient. Don't fall for the nice booty in the morning and the plate of breakfast. Take your time. Vet them correctly, because it could happen to anybody. It could come from lawyers. It could come from doctors. It could come from nurses. Yo, shout out to Miss J out there in Putapot. She says we call that time in.
That's right.
Man,
I love that. I like that.
Man, it's just ridiculous, bro. And what really killed me the most was not just the fact that, like you said, you put your time, your effort, your love into somebody. Bro, when all that stuff was going on, one of her aunts that she had me speak to through video call, right? So both my parents are Haitian.
Okay.
Right? I was born in New York, born and raised in New York. Both my parents are Haitian. The day of the Fiscalia, the court, and everything was going on, the aunt texted me, right? And the things the aunt said, I was like, so is this really how your family feels? She's like, black piece of shit, Haitian trash.
Oh, man.
This and that. Yo, she took her time to put an emphasis on Haitian. She's like, Haitian Creole,
yeah.
This and that. And I'm like, yo, I just spoke to this lady.
Yeah, and Jay was night, and they just flipped a switch on you.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy, brother.
I'm like, this is how you really feel.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
how your
yeah.
family really feels.
But they, people. I mean, it's like I call it the Donald Trump effect. It don't matter what you do wrong, or if they did something wrong, they're gonna back that person up no matter what. Like you can kill somebody, and they were like, no, he had it coming to him, she had it coming to him. So it don't matter. You can't lose because the family always gonna look after that person anyway.
Even if they're wrong.
That's right. That's right.
Even if wrong, because there's been situations where the family knows she's wrong, but like, pero eso fue ayer. They're like, oh, that was yesterday. Like what the fuck? Like really? And like Jorge said, they circle back. She circled back. I hit it a few times more. I ain't gonna lie about it. But I kept it like, just that. Like, listen, we link up, we smash, high and by, whatever. Don't fall for the trap, because they will realize, and thinking for today only, and that's for the men also, ladies. They will realize, and thinking for today only, they'll be like, damn, I fucked up tomorrow.
Right.
What I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
Right.
Damn, I gotta start paying rent now. And I think that's the part that a lot of people on YouTube don't understand. That's what Russell was thinking. Russell was thinking like, damn, I covered this girl's rent, gave her mom a job, help her sister through school, paid for this, paid for that, medical, didn't have to lift a single peso. And
you get that, and this is a motherfucking thanks I get.
Yeah.
Right.
And you get Julius Caesar.
That's it, brother.
Like, yeah. Geez, but yeah, John, thank you for giving me the chance. I'm like, yo, if you're here after what you just went through, I'm like, yo, if you can share that, I can share that. And I'm sharing that as a lesson. And I'm glad Jorge's here too, because this brother really, I want to say he helped save my time in America, bro. Because after that, I was just all over the place, and I just didn't have no sense of direction. But he didn't know me from a hole in the wall. He sat me down. He was like, yo, listen, Free, you got to move like this, I guess, like that. These are things that's going to go. Whatever doesn't bring you peace or happiness, you got to learn to let it go.
You got to let it go and move on, man. Yeah, it don't matter. If you got to start all over, if you got to start over 5 times, you got to start over 5 times.
Definitely. So, yeah, shout out to my brother for that. But, yeah, John, so now you say you're talking to somebody, right?
Right.
And that was your one horror story in the Dominican Republic. And I know it left the sour taste in my mouth from 2 years. Have you thought about moving to any other country?
Man, I don't want to move to another country because I love the Dominican Republic because it's so close to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, if I move to Brazil or something like that, if I go and visit you for a week and I see what I see, but I'm really not even thinking about that right now. So, like, I'm crazy. I like moving to a place that nobody even. I would move to Vietnam. That's what I would do, just to do something that ain't nobody ever done before. So like, or I would move to Australia or somewhere just to check it out, just to see how it is, because I'm a free spirited person. But I hadn't really thought about moving. I love the Dominican Republic, and I think I just want to make that my home. That's it. And I can change my mind maybe a year from now, but right now I don't see myself moving from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I was definitely the same way, because when I got that one-way flight, I'm like, man, I'm here for 10 years at least. Right. I'm like, nobody could talk me out of moving. But then you started going through a little petty shit. When you move to the bigger city, you're going to realize the situations with Uber. And when you go in a place by yourself, you've been like, damn, am I getting upcharged, or is this the normal price? It's like little things that started to snowball. That started.
I had the same issues in San Cristobal. It's the same issues. Like they tax me a little bit more because they know I'm American, but the convenience is cool. Like, I don't pay none of my bills, man. I don't know if you do this, but I don't go to Altice or Cloud, wherever. I don't go to pay my electricity. I don't go and pay it. I give it to a moto taxi. Of course, I know him. I've been dealing with him for a while, and he go pay him, and he'll charge me like 100 pesos to do that, like for every bill or something like that. If I have him to pay 3 bills for me, I give him like 300 or 400 pesos. It's like $8 or $10, somewhere around there. But I don't, and I know I get upcharged. I know I get upcharged, but the convenience is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Javier mentioned, and this is what I say about the Uber. He said, made the Uber driver drive around for 20 minutes before he canceled. That's the other day. You'll go through that in Uber because now Uber is not regulated out there. So
Right.
say you want to go to Las Serenas and Uber says, okay, 200 pesos. The driver will message you, be like, I'll do it for 800
Right.
or
Right.
1,000. And you'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I ain't paying you that much.
Right.
So they will wait and wait until you cancel.
That's right. That's right. And then they get paid.
But I'll give you guys a tip. Don't cancel.
That's right. That's right. That's what I do. Don't cancel. Don't cancel.
Don't cancel. Wait as long as you got to. I know it's gonna suck. You might be in a rush, but let them cancel.
That's right.
When they cancel, that goes against their account, and they'll have to pay that, or their account might be suspended. Don't let Uber bully you out there.
Don't decline. Yeah, don't hit the decline button. No, don't do it. Yep, you're absolutely right, brother.
And they're gonna write you. They're gonna be like, "Hey, are you paying card or cash?" And all this stuff to waste your time, man. Just stand your ground.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Definitely stand your ground. But brother, I'm telling you, you're gonna come out here just like me. You're gonna come out here. You'll be like, "All right, free. I see what you're saying." This way, because even Russell was like, "Listen, if it wasn't for the DR or even him having his kid, he would have done Brazil." And I had my first time in Brazil was this April.
Right. Right.
And I just moved out here. So I'm just saying, this is a recruitment phase right now.
I appreciate it.
Like when LeBron went to Miami, come on down to South Beach. We got palm trees and shit. So.
And look at Queen Status just said, "Man, thank you for the donation, Queen Status."
Super chat.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "You're having a very good show tonight. You're a wonderful and kind host. This collaboration flows seamlessly. Thank you so much. Keep up the great content. Thank you for having the Dominican on your platform." And I just want to say thank you again for John coming through, because this is very special. Like I said, I've been following the brother before I had a YouTube. He's been commenting on some of my videos. When I saw he commented on my video, I was like, "Oh shit, this is the real deal." So definitely big shout out to the Dominican Route for pulling up on Chapapa TV. I mean, it's a very special night. Thank you, Queen Status, for the super chat.
I'm a person like this, man. Yeah, thank you so much, Queen Status, for the super chat, man. Queen Status is real big on my channel, and I'm a person like this. I'm not a hating person. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I just don't. Like if I see somebody with a nice car and they going down the street and man, that's a nice Mercedes, brother. Oh man, I appreciate it. And then some of my friends like, "Man, stop jocking that nigga. That nigga ain't doing that." But man, I like uplifting my black people. It might be certain topics that I don't talk about, but that don't mean I hate you or I don't have to uplift you. You know what I'm saying? So I send shout outs to everybody, and I donate when I can to these channels and everything, because we all just trying to make it and just trying to do something. And it gives me a lot of energy when I do it, man. So I'm just not a hater. I just don't hate on people, man. You gotta do now. If you back me up against the wall, man, I'm light skinned, but I mean, I get in your ass if you try to bother with me, especially like with the Dion Sanders situation. I kind of got backed up against the wall. I said, okay, we doing that. That's how we doing it. So, but I uplift my black people all the time, man. I just try to uplift them however I can.
Mm-hmm. Man, and I'm glad you mentioned it, because it's hard to do what you do what I did. Pack up, go to another country where we don't know jack shit, learning the language, and still carry hate in our heart. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Man, no time for that at all, man. No jealousy, no hate. You're right, brother.
Mm-mm. So Jorge says, question: as a child, when your parents took you to the toy store, did you pick up the first toy you see and walk out the store? No. You walked around and take your time before picking a toy you want to buy. I'm going to say yes, because my mom barely took me to Toys R Us. So as soon as I walked through the door, I'll pick something out and go straight to the register.
So what is he saying? Is he trying to compare that to women? What is he trying to compare that to?
He's comparing that to men either moving or going on vacation, and the first thing smoking, as soon as they get out of the airport, they pick it up and they just take it. And
well, I mean, I don't know if you was like that, but I wasn't like that. I wasn't like, I had, and in the Dominican Republic, we talk about this all the time. You got women coming at you every single day, especially if they know that you are American. But no, I think shoot, it probably was 2 or 3 months before I met this girl, and I said, okay, I like her swag or whatever. So I don't jump after the first toy, but you do get tempted when you see that scattered ass.
So, with your lesson learned now, what advice do you have to give to men who would move out there to DR and would say, hey, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready for a relationship, but I don't want to go through a John situation or a free situation? What advice from your personal experience, from what you've learned, could you give out there to men and women? Because we have plenty of women, like Miss J included, living in the Dominican Republic or whoever, and they want to date the males maybe because that's all they have.
Right.
I didn't move to the Dominican Republic to date other Americans. I'm with the people. I didn't move to Brazil to look for a girl from Missouri. I'm here to meet Brazilians. So what advice do you have?
I think what you said was very important. Don't discard those red flags, even though you think they might be small red flags. Don't discard those. Use your common sense. Uh, they got beautiful women in the Dominican Republic. Don't think that this is the only beautiful woman that you can get. That's deep. When you say, oh man, I just like her. I like her toes. I like her body. I like this. I like that. I like her skin tone. And you think that this is the one, and you think that you might not be able to get something else. You can get something else real easy. So I just think that you just have to be careful and use your common sense when it comes down to it, man. And really know how that person is before you move her into your house. That's it, really. And that's the biggest thing. I see a lot of guys in the Dominican Republic. They play around a lot, and they have some like side pieces, and not side pieces. They have 3 or 4 different girls, but those girls don't come to their house. He go and have fun at those. What do you call those again? With the hotels, the
Cabañas.
Cabañas. That's it. Yeah, the Cabañas. Man, he got a beautiful house, man, but he got 4 or 5 different girls, and I'm not saying that's good to have 4 or 5 different girls, but he don't bring any of his girls to his house. So you just have to be careful, man. That's it.
And another thing too is to be mindful of the long game.
That's right.
Because some of them could have the patience to string you along for a good 2, 3, 4 years, and then you wake up one day and then all hell breaks loose.
Everything's gone. Yeah. And pay attention. Another thing is pay attention to these people, these girls that say, "Oh, that's my cousin, that's my friend, or that's my uncle," because I've heard some horror stories where that wasn't that person's uncle, and he was in your house and they was having sex. And he like a little pimp, and he getting money and he and just like you said, one day all your shit be gone, and she got access to your bank account, your debit card, and she know your PIN number and all of that stuff. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, man, definitely be careful. But I want to say it's definitely, not to sound mean, but it's definitely, it comes with the environment.
Yeah.
It comes with the environment, because I've had like close Dominican friends that I've had a Dominican friend, female, tell me, listen, don't date women here. I'm like, what do you mean? You're a woman. She's like, no, don't do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're a female telling me not to date other females. She's like, nope, don't do it. She's like, you're better off going somewhere else.
What is Queen status mean right here? Haitian gunman, you're gonna make me change my money.
Because of the super chat. So he put the $sign in the S.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Haitian gunman put around. Listen, John, I'm gonna tell you, come on down to South Beach. The weather's nice. The people are nice. The women shoot their shot, man. I just had somebody shoot their shot at me today. and it's baffling because this is the first time I ever had somebody be so aggressive.
Yeah.
In the DMs and like telling me like I'll take you out, let's go out, and I'm like, where am I right now? What is going
This
on?
ain't normal, right? This ain't normal, right?
This ain't normal, man. I love Brazil because the people are just so like straight to the point.
That's good. Well, I mean,
open-minded.
Even more than the Dominican people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. With all my time, with the years I spent in Dominican Republic and the months I spent in Brazil, it's almost a night and day difference in the open-mindedness. Because you gotta think about it. Brazil, Brazil is more open with the gays and the transsexuals and women's rights and all these things that you don't really hear about in the Dominican Republic. So Brazilians are more straight to the point.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but is it I might be jumping a little bit. We can come back to it, but is a lot of violence in Brazil?
Depends where you are. Like you've probably heard of certain areas in DR where people tell you don't go here or be careful or put your phone away when you're crossing the street. Same for Brazil.
Gotcha.
Same for Brazil. Especially Rio. With my time in Rio, it was like if I pulled my phone out, I'd have a nice person say, "Hey, put your phone away," things like that.
So right, gotcha.
It all depends where. But here in Sao Paulo, I've been fine. I haven't come across any crime.
What's the gun laws? What's the gun laws over there?
They like DR. It's hard to own a gun.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I like that.
Yeah, very, very hard to own a gun.
You can't be 18 and go get an AK-47.
No, you can't do that. And in some spots, like when the police want to do their random like patrols, so they do alcohol checkpoints here. So they do. Yeah, they do. I was shocked. They'll like stop your car, randomly. They'll tell the driver, like I've been stopped in Uber before, and they'll tell the driver, breathe into this or whatever. So they'll do that. Sometimes you'll see a police on the corner with the machine gun, and it's like, okay, okay,
that's the DR right there. The DR is they simulate, right.
Yeah, so you'll see that, but it's definitely. I appreciate the open mindedness here, because one thing I hate in my life is having my time wasted. You could waste my money, you could waste whatever, but don't waste the one thing I can't get back, and that's my time. So that's here, right. You still got to be careful, still got to be in your P's and Q's, but I like how things are a bit more direct here. I like how, people are friendly. I like how you could fly from one state to another, because in DR, I can't fly from Santiago to Punta Cana. I got to drive. I love all that. And and me as a guy, I just love how the women are just more aggressive. Like they'll tell you, like, hey, you're good looking, or hey, what are you doing? Or let's go out. This, that. I love it.
That's cool, bro. That's good.
Yeah, man. So we about to hit the 2-hour mark, John. So we're gonna go through these comments and then
you good, brother. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not in a rush.
Any questions you have for me about any experiences I had in DR or Brazil, just hit me with them. But Jorge says, stop rolling out the red carpet. You have to rattle the cage so you know it's real. Hey. Gotta rattle the cage, see if you get bit or not.
Like the person, that's a good point. The person I'm talking to right now, I ruffle her feathers on purpose. I do it on purpose because just to see what's gonna go on. She's probably listening right now, but I ruffle her feathers just to let her know, like, hey, this is the way it's gonna go. If we'll see here. Let me go. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say this. Because you asked me, like, what should you do when you're dating a Dominican girl? But this goes for everybody, brother. Whatever you feel, do not hold it back. Don't hold it back. Say how you feel and mean it. And if they don't like it, if they want to move around, that's it. But you don't sugarcoat nothing just because you really digging this girl. You just don't sugarcoat nothing. So I have learned to just say, hey, I don't like how you did this. You shouldn't have done it like this, and this. And hey, if you want to move around, you can move around. But I don't like that. And then that's be honest up front. That's if from now on, I'm always gonna be honest up front, no matter how hard it hurts.
Yep. And that's beautiful you said that, because that's another thing I've learned. When you be honest up front, the people who want to stick around will stick around. The
Right.
people who your life they could benefit from your lifestyle of how you want to move and not how they want to move, they'll
Right.
stick around. And if they don't, fuck it.
Fuck it. Yep. Yep. They
Like
got.
like
They
like
got.
like like you just said, the island has more beautiful people. The country has more beautiful people. Somebody will resonate with your energy. Somebody will vibe with you without you having to force it. And that's one of the most beautiful things you could come across in life, when you have the people around you who are meant to be around you, and your spirit just grows, and everything the universe has to offer you just falls into place because that's what you're attracting. And it's just beautiful. Shout out to Kings and Queens, gonna be on the channel probably this weekend. That's the half pat, man, in and out of Colombia. Make sure you guys go check them out.
Cool.
Sharonda asks, Chop, how long have you been living in the DR? I came on this channel late. Well, first off, thank you for coming on the channel. And for everybody who's new tonight, I hope you guys enjoy this live. For everybody watching after, I'm sorry you missed it, but stay tuned, because the Dominican Route is definitely going to be on more. And when he
That's right.
comes out to Brazil, and when I'm helping him find his apartment, he's going to be on more. And we're gonna document that. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But I was living in the DR from 2019 up until July of this year. Sharonda.
And so, what was your big kind of topping what Miss Sharonda said? What was, and I know you kind of talked about it a little bit, but what was the thing that made you say, hey, I want to try something? You didn't have a bad experience, did you? Like,
I didn't have a bad I guess the only thing that left a taste in my mouth was the thing with my ex, but other things were snowballing along with that. So I didn't like how, I'd go somewhere, and I speak Spanish, but
right,
I didn't like if I go somewhere, they could tell by my Spanish I'm not from there, so I'll get charged, 1,000 pesos more than the next person. I didn't like how whenever, from the moment I step outside the house, I have to be on guard, because I have to ask myself, okay, how is somebody or something or some business, whatever, gonna try to take advantage of me today? So it really like got tiring having to be on my P's and Q's,
yeah, yeah,
because I went there to relax, wanted to feel good. Great things about the country, met some amazing people there, whether they were Dominican or American, but I got tired really fast. And I don't know if that's to do with my age.
no, no, it doesn't, brother, because like you get those little scams and all of that stuff. Like, I've had two or three people that was motorcycle people. Like, I've been to the hospital a couple times, to the emergency room, because when I have spasms, they drop me off, and I can't speak Spanish, and then they lying. They say, "Oh, I thought you was gonna be right back," and I was sitting out there for 4 or 5 hours. So, can you pay me for the 4 or 5 hours? I'm like, what? And then I find out, like, man, you wasn't there for 4 or 5 hours. And but what I do is, I'm a person like this. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the 3 or 4, 500 pesos, but I will never ride with you ever again, because you just lied to me for 4 or 500 pesos. So go and take these little stanky ass 4 or 500 pesos and go sit your ass down somewhere, because I'm gonna speak to you, but I don't care if you're the last motorcycle in the Dominican Republic. I'm not about to get on your motorcycle. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And they don't see that way. They don't. And some people, and I've
they
had
live in the moment. You're right. They
they live
live
in
in
the
that
moment.
moment. Right. Right.
I've had two good motos, and it's up to a point where I reward your loyalty with royalty. So I had one good moto in Santiago, and it was up to a point where I gave the guy. This is before I had a card. I would give him my debit card to go take out cash for me and bring it back.
I've done
And
that
I
before.
know, and I know he wouldn't take out. I know,
Right.
and everything's been fine. So, but not a lot of people function like that. They only think about for the today. Listen, if I could get 500 pesos today and not worry about the thousands and thousands of pesos I could get just being good and work from later, they don't think like that.
They don't
So,
think about that. They don't. Yeah, you're right, my brother. You are so right about that. I'm like, man, if you just chill out, and you hear those stories. My dog got shot, and my mom in the hospital, and and they gonna have to cut her pinky toe off tomorrow, and I need 2,000 peso. Man, I know you hear about those stories too, you know.
Bro, the fridge is empty. My grandma's missing a kneecap. The roof fell on my daughter. The president got COVID. All this shit, bro. I'm like, come on, man. And that shit gets tired.
It does.
That shit gets tired. Bro, I had a situation where I one of my surgeries in the DR, and I had insurance, full coverage insurance. The doctor that performed my surgery tried to double dip. So he got paid from the insurance, and he tried to charge me.
You. What, it was like a percentage or the whole amount?
The whole amount.
That's crazy.
He was like, "I'll give you a discount here. After this, you still owe me 18,000 pesos."
That's right.
I'm like, the insurance, and I'm on the phone with my insurance. Like, yo, I didn't pay this man. Like, yo, we paid him. Don't pay the doctor nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, these are things I have to like be aware of going forward. Like, where's the integrity? I guess for me, it was the lack of integrity because, like I said, I didn't go there to work. And I'm gonna continue. I didn't go there.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry, but I gotta go. I gotta run and grab something real quick.
No, you did. So I didn't go there to work. I didn't go there to overthink. I didn't go there to charge my brain. I just wanted to relax, feel good mentally, spiritually, take advantage of the dollar to peso environment. But like when it's like, damn, you in a wild west environment where you literally have to go everywhere, guns drawn, even to a hospital, professional settings, it got tired. It got tiring. So to answer your question, John, it was just a lot of things that were snowballing for me, you know, when it went from, you know, daily living. There was sometimes I didn't want to leave the house because I just didn't want to be messed with. So I'll leave the house only when I make plans and I know I'm going straight somewhere. But like, man, I used to love going on walks. I used to take my dog on walks, but it was just like, man, just with stores, with the malls, everything, it's like you could got anywhere. And I'm not saying that's just the DR. You know, it could be anywhere in the world where there's barely any order. But for where I was living, to answer your question, John and Saranda, it was just a lot of things snowballing that I got tired of really fast, especially with the dating. Especially with being careful with the money and the driving. The driving is hectic out there, y'all. If you guys ever played Nintendo, and if you ever played Mario Kart and you know all the things that you did in Mario Kart that you're not supposed to do in the street in real life, that was happening in the streets of the Dominican Republic.
Yep.
Streets of the Dominican Republic was a straight up video game. Mario Kart, Grand Theft Auto, all of that stuff.
So you think I'm gonna go through that when I move to Puerto Plata or Punta Cana or Santiago?
Definitely. More in Puerto Plata because Puerto Plata got more motor controls. So you're definitely gonna go. Do you drive out there? Do you have a car?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a car there, but I love driving in. I think I'm a crazy driver like the Dominicans, but yeah, I don't have a problem driving in the Dominican.
Yeah, no, I love driving myself. Like when I need to go to Las Terrenas, it's about 3 hours away. I rent an AMG, put it in sport mode, and I'm going.
Love it. Yes.
If the streets are empty, but like the inner city areas, you're gonna go through it. My suggestion is, and another thing that really pissed me off, I was in a car accident last September. The motor was wrong. And this is another example of the nationalism that goes on there. When I went to the court and everybody had to explain what happened. So mind you, so let me explain first before I went to court. So I'm leaving my block. I come out my residential area. I'm trying to make a left, right? You know, in the Dominican Republic, people don't stop. They go. You gotta get in where you fit in.
Right.
So I'm trying to make a left. So there's no cars coming from my right, and the car that was coming from my left stopped to let me go. A moto, Pedidos Ya driver goes around the car. So as I'm going up to make my left, I hit him. I wasn't speeding because I knew because I'm aware of the dumb shit that goes on. I'm aware that people don't have common sense when it comes to driving. So I turned very slow. So I hit him, knock him off his bike, whatever. People come, oh my God, you hit him. That you know how they get.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get.
And then some dude who's always sitting out in front of the little bancos, little lottery place, like
they be waiting for shit like that. They can't wait.
He's like, take his license plate so he don't run.
Oh.
And I'm like, hermano, you touch my license plate, and I'm gonna take you somewhere where nobody will ever see you again. I told him that in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So the police come. This guy pulls out a little bullshit piece of paper, like, yeah, I got insurance. You go to the hospital. I wait for him for the ambulance. I'm like, listen, you all right? This and that. Go straight to the Fiscalia. By about a week later, we go and we're in front of the person, another lady who decides who was in the wrong. So when I got there and I explained my part, she was like, yo, honestly, I thought you were wrong before even hearing your case. So it was a matter of guilty before innocent.
Mm.
So she told the motor driver, listen, you're wrong. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. Another stupid thing that I don't agree with over there, I had full coverage insurance. Why did I have to pay the deductible? His insurance should pay the deductible, right?
That's right. That's right.
10,000 pesos. So you know what happened?
Mm-hmm.
The guy didn't have insurance.
That happens a lot there.
Mm-hmm. He showed the police a little bullshit piece of paper, like, yeah, I got insurance.
Yeah,
And then my insurance, because my insurance is terrible too. My insurance, like, go get the money from this, you're reimbursing from his insurance. I go there, they're like, this guy isn't on our policy.
So that paper was just a bullshit piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now I'm hitting the guy. I'm like, listen, man, you owe me money. It's 10,000 pesos, right? Whatever. But for me, it's the principle. I can't let go of the principle. I'm listen, you owe me money. He's like, oh, I'm sick. And then next thing, oh, I'm in the capital. I'm like, listen, man, I'm gonna go to the police and I'm gonna report you and I'm gonna let them know what happened. He's like, no, don't do that. I'm coming to pay. I'm gonna pay you. To this day, haven't heard him since.
Oh, yeah. So I see the little small things that you're talking about, like what you went through, brother. I understand that.
Yeah, it definitely snowball. I hope you have a different experience, but if you're gonna move to Puerto Plata, make sure you get a dash cam in the front and the back.
I will, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, Queen Status have a question for you, and I really want to know that answer too, brother.
How are the medical prices compared to prices in the DR? So I had full coverage insurance. I had Universal first, and I went to Humano. So with Humano, I was paying around 5,000 pesos a month for full everything. But this is the tricky thing about insurance in the DR. You could go to some doctors or dentists or whatever, and some of them may not even accept your insurance. Or your insurance may not cover everything. They maybe take off 500. The doctors will maybe take off 500 pesos. So say your visit was 2,000 pesos. They'll take off 500, then you pay 1,500. What's good about Humano, what I like is that if you got the receipt, you could get reimbursed. So you could go there, you give them, listen, I paid for this. They'll reimburse up to 90-something%. And they'll give you a check for Banco Santa Cruz, and they'll reimburse you. But insurance was okay. You know, make sure you get the full insurance if you're going to move out there, because in case of emergencies like surgeries, accidents, whatever, right, you know, you have a good insurance that'll cover you. But it's still very tricky to navigate. It's frustrating, very frustrating at times, because at times you got to find doctors or clinics that will accept your insurance, because let's be honest, nobody wants insurance. They want straight cash.
That's right.
Cash makes that island spin.
It runs everything out there. That's right. But, you know, I never thought about getting insurance there, because I just say to myself, hey, I'm disabled. I receive disability benefits and all of that stuff. If I can just get my ass on the plane and land in Miami, I'm gonna be good, or Louisiana or whatever. So like I have surgery, and then I also get workman's comp insurance for the rest of my life because I was assaulted on the job. But I don't know if I'm gonna ever get insurance in the Dominican Republic, man. I just don't see myself doing it. Now I have been to the emergency room 3 or 4 times in the Dominican Republic, and sometimes I don't have to pay nothing, and they'll shoot me up with muscle relaxers, and they'll give me this and these different hospitals, and I be looking to pay sometimes, and I don't pay in the Dominican. I guess it's like public hospitals or something, and
right.
So I have you ever had that before, where you just went to a public hospital?
Nah, I never risked it. So I knew going to the DR, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna get insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So in case anything that happens, I know I could cut the line. I don't have to wait with anybody else that can't pay. I already know, like, listen, my premium will cover this, will cover that.
That's
So I
smart.
just didn't want to take that chance. I would say get insurance, bro, because you just never know. For me, I was like, I'm a veteran, and there are veteran clinics, but for me, I thought of the insurance as paying for a peace of mind. So
So
I
you a
listen.
vet? So I hear a lot of veterans moving to uh, Santiago. Why do they
Mhm.
move to Santiago?
There's a great clinic out there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but there's a good clinic out in Puerto Plata also. So Puerto Plata and Santiago, that's where the clinics are.
Gotcha. Yeah. How long were you in the military for?
I was about 2 years.
Well, thank you for serving, brother. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support. I got out medically, so I'm disabled like you were. I got hurt, and so that's what happened. But as far
Gotcha.
as the insurance wise, I definitely say get it. Just get it for the peace of mind.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. That's true. And I can always pull that card out and use it if I need it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly. It was at a point I even got my. This is where I'm like, damn, where was my humanity going? I even got my ex girlfriend insurance.
brother. That's called love. That's called support. You think they would be like, oh man, I ain't going nowhere. I'm just this man is the perfect man. I'm good, but you just it's crazy. Like, damn, like the more I do for you, the more that you keep trying to you doing your stupid shit. So hey,
Bro, I was like, yo, when was the last time you went to a doctor? I think maybe half a year ago. I'm like, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Tomorrow we're gonna go sign up for insurance. I'm gonna put you under my plan. You're gonna make your doctor appointments. I'm gonna pay your consultations, this, that, and the third. Pay to go back to school, and what do you get?
brother, those guys. You ever got those guys that those Kevin Samuel guys that they just bash women, bash women, bash women. I see that on Taylormade a lot also man, like don't ever trust a woman, don't trust no big booty and a smile, and don't trust no bitches and all that shit, and you stupid for doing that. You ever get somebody on your channel just like everything they say is just like don't ever trust a woman. Women are the worst creatures on this earth, and you ever get a person like that? I get people like that sometimes.
Not as much as I would expect. Like I said
Okay,
before tonight, nobody really knew the story of what happened. They just
I
knew I
got
had a girlfriend in some YouTube videos and just knew I had an ex-girlfriend and from then till now.
you. Right.
So nobody really knew it. As far as like, don't trust them and all that stuff. I see where they're coming from. And, and most of the time that's coming from a place of hurt. But and it took me a while to make because I can admit like me I'm a Scorpio, so I will fight till hell freezes over. But it took me a while to like some of the things that I went through were self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Like what we spoke about earlier about running through the red flags,
Right.
ignoring certain things. So I had to, as hard as it's been, I've had to accept responsibility that shit was wrong. Doesn't excuse her for the bullshit that she does or the human being that she is, but I have to accept responsibility. Like, listen, I should have let go from a long time ago. I didn't for ABC reasons. The reasons were weak, and now I gotta live with it.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And another reason I stay with her because I I I for some reason I love children, man. And I was my parents had foster kids, and I just love children. I hate for people to treat children bad, and I was abused by a priest when I was a child, an altar boy. So it was so I love children. So my point behind that is when a woman has a child, and you pretty much dating, you with the child, and you take the whole package together, and you fall in love with that child also, and you want to do the right thing for that child. And that was one reason I kind of bypassed the red flags, because her children, they looked up to me. I was teaching them how to speak English, and they don't have a father figure in their life, and that's what stung. That's what stung the most, was that I like I can see in their eyes like, what is going on? You're not gonna be in my life no more. And I teared up. I teared up because I was like, wow, this is it. I'm not gonna see these children no more. And we was building that strong bond, and now it's over.
One thing I don't like about out there when it comes to relationships, and not a lot of people will notice unless you've lived there, but women will weaponize the children.
That's right.
Only against foreigners, not against the fathers who aren't in the lives or aren't doing it, but they'll weaponize against the foreigners because they and Andre has said this before on his channel. Jorge has said this. They see us as foreigners, Americans, and they'll say emotional.
That's right. Right.
And they'll play your your heartstrings, brother, like a harp, like
right. They will. Yeah.
They'll use whatever. The mom, the dad, the children. The children are called. I've had a friend who lived in the DR, and like you, he was hurt when he had the empties. He's like, man, the kids call me dad, and I've got them this. I take to the basement, we'll do all this. They will. It sucks how they weaponize. That also. Sharonda has a comment I wanted to address. She says that's called whip. Pussy whipped out. We all experienced one time in our lives. Listen, sex was fire. Hell yeah, sex is fire. But it was more than that just made me stay. Like John hit it earlier. It's just the fear of starting over that really got me. Yeah. The fear or laziness. I want to call it laziness. I'm like, shit, I got to go through this again with somebody. I know I shouldn't be here, but do I want to waste my time invest all this somebody over? So I'm like, nah, I might as well bite the bullet, go through it.
That's right.
So it was biting the bullet that killed me. Shout out to Neil checking in from San Francisco de Macorís, out there in the Dominican Republic. And Queen says, yes, the children definitely suffer the most. Their life will be changing dramatically, unfortunately, and they will be forever scarred.
That's right.
Yeah, they don't think about it in that sense. They don't think how you were the best thing to their child.
That's right.
After them giving birth.
Hey,
I want to repeat that because it's gonna sound a little messed up.
Say it again.
It's gonna sound a little messed up, but in John's situation, he was the best thing to those children after the mother gave birth to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Brother, let me tell you this. You said something about red flags. This you're gonna laugh at this. So the baby girl's father, we would drop her off sometimes, and they would be arguing all the time. And he would walk up to me, like even like when I first started dating this girl, he would be like, he would look at me like this right here. He would do that to me, Chopper. He would do like this. And then he would do like this, like, you need to go. I don't understand Spanish, but he was telling me, like, you need to go and cut it off right now. Like, and I would just laugh. I was just like, all right, brother, and he would shake my hand and I was cool with him. And she would always be arguing and fussing with him or whatever. But every time I saw him, he would be like,
yeah, he hit you. He hit you with the Kanye West, run away as fast as you can.
Yeah. And then he would shake my hand and we would make eye contact. We would be like, he would be looking at me like nigga move around.
Like, you ever seen Get Out, the Jordan Peele movie?
Yeah.
Remember he took the dude's hand and the dude like he's like, like Get Out.
Yeah, Mr. Ronda said, yeah, he was trying to say she was crazy.
But us, being the emotional Americans, like, nah, man, you just tripping. You just tripping, right. She just need a little bit of patience, time, She gonna love you.
And the dude was cool. He reminded me of me. He was cool. He was like, and then I started like, dang, this dude reminded me of me. And he cool and laid back and speaking to me. Every time he'll have a beer, he'll give me an extra beer or something like that, and he'll look at me and be like,
You see, okay, see that's your fault right there because you had the warning in your face. He's like, hey, brother, get out. Brother,
yeah, hey,
don't do it. He's like, I know something you don't know.
Right. And she would be like, drive off. And he'd be looking at me when I'm driving off. He'd be like, like, what the hell? Can somebody? I need to go get a translator and find this dude because he's trying to tell me something.
Jeez, squeeze status is like hindsight is what?
Hindsight is what?
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. That's self-inflicted, but we can't help it. Man or woman, where we're at the point of our lives where we want good for us and we want to do good for other people.
Brother, I have a family member. I'm not gonna say like who the person is, but I feel so. I don't know if I feel sorry for her no more because like she has to ask the other family member, let's just say uncle. She has to ask my uncle to go to the mailbox. She got to ask him to go to the store. She got to ask him for $30 or $40. Can I put some gas in the car? Like she don't have access to the account. She don't have access to nothing. And this is a family member. And like if I'm talking to her at the funeral or if I'm talking to her somewhere and we just talking like, yeah. And then he'll just say, okay, it's time to go. She's like, okay, I gotta go. So like, and she don't say, oh, give me 5 more minutes or give me this. Like whatever he say, she do it like instantly. And I don't want a woman like that. I don't want to rule over a woman like that. I don't like that, but she's been doing that for 30 years. And she got to say, hey, can I go to the mailbox and check the mail? Yeah, go ahead, and come on right back. And I'm like, damn. They got people that live like that, man.
That's a dictatorship.
Yeah, that is.
And it's the crazy part of people like that. They'll be that way with the person, like so your family member situation. But say a different type of guy comes along where the guy's like, you don't have to ask me to go to the mailbox or, yo, you want to go hang out with your friends or you need 5 minutes here, take 10. I'll be in the car.
Right.
And those end up being the people that they treat like shit.
Man, brother, you hit it right on the head. Yep.
I don't understand that logic. And I've seen that, and a lot of people that flies over a lot of people's heads when Russ goes on the channel and says Dominicans are nationalists. Nothing wrong being nationalists, but there's up to a point where it's toxic.
It's got to be a balance there. It's
toxic because why are you fine with a man beating your ass on the clock every Saturday, but you're giving the man hell and high water who's like, hey, go out with your girls. Here's 3,000 pesos or do this, do that. Go make you happy. You want to drag him through shit. That logic just doesn't sit with me.
No, it doesn't
happen. It doesn't just happen in DR. It happens in the States. It happens in the States when women want to go for the bad boy mentality or, oh shit, I could change him. Or how many women got jail boyfriends? Like, what the fuck you need a jail boyfriend for?
Man, that's crazy. That's insane, man. And I've never seen this in the United States, but one of my neighbors, and I told this story on Taylormade. One of my neighbors is married to this lady, but he's also, his side piece is his wife's sister. And they both be crying. Dog, I have seen both of them. He had both of them crying in the street like, get it right, get it together, get it right. And they both crying. I was like, y'all know y'all sisters? And like, he only come visit you like once a week. And like, I'm like, what the hell is going on right here? Like, and both of them crying, the wife crying and the sister crying. And he like, get your ass upstairs and, you do what I tell you to do. And you do. And no breakup, no separation, no nothing, none of that.
And I bet you they both made dinner that night.
Probably did, and they probably slept with him and everything.
And now here you come along. He's like, listen, please, no yelling, no arguing, no fighting. Respect my space, respect my privacy. Coño, pero it's over.
It's over. Mm-hmm.
It's over. It's like everything they wanted to do with the national, they take it out on you.
That's it. That's it. You hit it right on the head. They take it out on you. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
that's why I just say, yeah, damn, I just move around. I gotta move around because yeah, I'm not gonna be the one, and I'm not gonna be abusing you and telling when you can go check the mailbox and shit, you know.
Bro, I'm gonna give you the example today of when I had to step back and really look at the toxicity from dating. So I've been in Brazil, right? Mm-hmm. And I still have a few joints that hit me up in DR, and one of them really tried me today. She was like, "Oh, I've been calling you. You don't answer. This and that. You don't talk to me. What's going on?" Listen, I'm not here to waste my time.
Right.
What do you possibly have to talk about? I'm nice. I'm cordial, but you only talk to me on your time. Right. I'm not here on your time.
That's right.
This is my time. You want right? And she's like, "Oh, you don't know what I'm going through, or you don't know this and that," and that's how they get you. That's right. That's how they really win.
That's how they like
problems. They want you to ask what's going on or talk about it. Nah, I ain't your therapist. Go get a therapist for 3,000 pesos.
That's right.
So I told her, I'm like, yo, listen, whose fault is it that the person explaining things to me or me? Because you hit me up and I really have to start it like, yo, this is what I was going through, accepting on a daily basis, just the toxicity, the mental instableness. Like most of the time they don't know what they want. And no offense to the women on the channel or the stream right now.
No, I know what you're saying.
One of the many unknown secrets of our universe that we live in all the galaxies, one of the many undiscovered secrets is, what do women want? what do y'all want? And I've come across some brave women before who said, you know what, me as a woman, I don't even know what I want.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's it, brother.
So from there, I had to step back and look at the toxicity. I'm like, all right, this is what I was going through. I'm not going through that again.
That's it. Yeah, you're doing the right thing, man. You're doing the right thing. Yep. It comes with time, man. I'm 46 years old, and hey, I'm learning stuff too. You're learning faster than me, brother. You on the right track.
Hey, I try as hard as I can to like learn from my elders, those older than me. So from you, from Russell, from Andre out there in Colombia, from Jorge, when you guys talk, I like stop what I'm doing and I listen. That's especially right. When it comes to experiences and living outside the States. When it comes to, you know, when somebody says, listen, when I was your age, I would have done this differently. I listened to that 3 times over.
Oh, brother, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Because I really try to take, because time, we can't get time back, man.
Can't get time back. You, brother, I wish you can I might have you to call my son and tell him that, because, man, you know, I wish, you know, I'm learning that as soon as you learn something, you need to pass it on. And that's why you know, you just paying it forward. That's what you're doing, brother. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm gonna have you to call my son and tell him the same thing you just told me.
Hey, that's no problem. That's absolutely no problem. Hey, matter of fact, bring him out to Brazil with you.
Oh shoot, man, he's 16 years old. He got a good mind on his head, man. He got a good mind. He's one of the top baseball prospects in the country, power hitters. So yeah, he'll probably get drafted. Hopefully, if he stays healthy in the next couple of years. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, and he's a cleanup hitter. He hits a lot of home runs.
Man, congratulations to him. That's huge right
there. Yeah. So he's awesome, man. He's
definitely big nice. Yeah, I'll talk to him because I have this conversation with my little brother. He just turned 17, like once a week. I'm like, listen, no, take your time. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do now. Just I'll tell him this and like, listen, use protection, save your money, travel. Don't get married early. Don't have kids early. Just enjoy life and be positive.
Right,
Be
right.
positive, be happy. I tell my little brother, he just turned 17. He's like, man, what are you talking about, man? You always on my line. I would wish I had somebody
Oh, brother.
to like really put emphasis on doing like things come in your life at the right time.
Brother, and that's why, like on Saturday, I'm talking about how I was introduced to being a swinger and being in the lifestyle of swinging and everything. That clouded my mind. That's my son. My son name is DJ. Shout out to DJ. That's my son. He's named D. But like, you really like, I wish that person would have not introduced me to the swingers clubs, because I was playing with the Yankees and I was in center field thinking about, damn, tonight that's this swingers night tonight. Everybody, we gonna be getting it in tonight. I'm thinking about my outfit I'm gonna wear and how many women I'm gonna have, and damn, am I gonna get this woman? I'm gonna get that. Let me see. No, I'm gonna get that new Brazilian chick that I got, or this Dominican chick, or I'm gonna go get this Puerto Rican chick. And that clouds your mind so much at 19 years old. And it really, people say, oh no, I can balance both of them out. No, you can't. You can't balance that shit out. One is gonna substitute the other one, and I could have been a much better baseball player if I would have just stayed focused and not chasing hoes and living that lifestyle. And you just got to really be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm having that I'm having my live. If you can come on Saturday, that'll be great, brother. I'm talking about, the good and bad about being in that lifestyle, being a swinger, and having somebody to sleep with your wife, and you sleeping with somebody else's wife and stuff like that. That opens up a whole nother Pandora's box, and that's something that you don't want,
Mm-hmm, definitely. Yeah, let me know the time and I'll be on there.
Yeah, it's 7:00 on Saturday, so yeah, man. But I'm, you just learn from experience, man. You really don't. I tell you this: don't be so hard on yourself. Do not be so hard on yourself. I wish somebody would have told me that at an earlier age. Don't be hard on yourself at all about anything. You're doing good. Shit don't happen instantly. Don't have these microwave mentalities. If anybody's out there listening that's younger than you, stop thinking shit is gonna happen fast. Everything is a time, everything is a process, and you probably know that.
Yeah, it took me longer than I would have wanted to, because there's some days I kick myself in the ass like, damn, if I could have done this differently in the past, or I would go back change this. But it's like I said, it's all about just taking the opportunity of tomorrow, today, being better, improving, learning. And I just learned this lesson recently about control. So controlling the things that I can control in my hands, and those things that are outside, like just let it be.
That's right.
So
Yeah, that's huge. That's real big control. And man, sometimes I changed my phone number, man, recently, and it feels so good to change my phone number. I just wanted to do it, man, and it just feels good because people just call in and just that energy, even the energy you get on the phone from a text message. I don't even let text messages come through because I changed my phone number. And like, I have my WhatsApp number for my Dominican route, and then I have my own personal phone number. But yeah, I don't, I don't. I changed my phone number because I don't want that negative energy to even come through my damn phone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Even when you leave the States, it's like people aren't settled. They're like they just gotta chase you with that energy. And they don't get it. Like when you explain early in the live, like what moving has done for your mental, your
Right.
physical, your spiritual. There's some people that get it, and there's some people that look at you like you have three heads. Like, what? Man, if you don't get your ass back here to the States and pretend to be happy with the rest of us, or miserable to work with, misery loves company, and
It
in
does.
the case, I'd rather be alone.
But you can live in the United States, but you still gotta find that peace. If it's moving to the country, getting away from, and then once you find that peace, you gotta protect your peace. You gotta protect it. because people are trying to always infiltrate it and come in. So it's like protecting your house or protecting your domain, man. It's a daily thing.
Protect your peace, because if you don't, who will?
That's it. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Like, you're responsible for your own peace, your own happiness. You can't put that forward to anybody. And a lot of people make that mistakes with relationships, with families, significant others, putting their happiness and like giving that responsibility to somebody else. Like nah, protect your peace. For me, protecting my peace meant like I couldn't be in the States. Like, coming out of the army, I was depressed, suicidal, going through so much shit every single day, whether it be from family, whether it be from stuff with my child. So I was just like, listen, it's at a point where I need to see if I'm gonna value my life and save it,
That's right.
or just lay down and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me take the initiative and fight.
Yep. That's right, brother. You did the right thing.
I appreciate that. John, we just hit the 2 hour and 35-minute mark. It's 1:12 right now in Brazil. I don't want to keep you up any longer, but brother, I really appreciate you coming on the show. You definitely get the Chapapa, and another round of applause for the Dominican Route. Great live, great live. I definitely learned more, about just living and your experience, coming from your age and the notes. So thank you, brother. I'm sure a lot of people who watch this video.
He's a good dude, man. Keep it going. I got to take my medication. I got to lay down. My back is hurting a little bit, but Haitian Gummy, I'm gonna be on Saturday. You on what? Every other day or what? Or you just pick up random? Yeah. I'm on every Saturday doing a live every Saturday. So but that's good, man. You on what, 2-3 times a week, or what's the most?
It could be 2 times a week. It depends, because whenever I feel like a topic is on my heart or something that I want to share, or I get the chance to talk to Dre or Russell or Jorge, I'll do a live. But other than that, I upload my shorts, I upload my videos. I put up a lot of how-tos on my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check out the channel, because I got a lot of how-tos from my time living in the Dominican Republic. Things from how to take the bus from one city to another, how to get internet, food places. So I try to make the channel educational, fun, a little controversy, because we all need a little controversy in our lives.
Right.
So the lives, it depends. But if you hit me up like, hey, let's go live tonight, I'll go live. So
I'm thinking about doing something, because after this I'm gonna digress, and I'm sorry, man. I'm running my mouth. But I had something that popped in my mind. I told you that I want to start a baseball league, right, for the less fortunate kids in the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we could help each other out. And Taylormade said he would be part of it. And what I want is like having these Dominican channels, and everybody has like different jerseys. Like your jersey would be Chapapa Tv. I'm saying it wrong, but Chapapa Tv or whatever. And then mine would be the Dominican Route. And we would compete against each other. And we can talk shit to each other and be like, we beat Chapapa TV, we beat Taylormade, and and we can have those kids to come on the live stream and just talk about things and just bring them up and stuff like that, and video. And you could show the videos on your channel, I can show the videos on my channel, and like the kids playing baseball. And I know people gonna love the scattered ass, because when you bring children to the games, you're gonna see the women with the bodies and stuff like that. And so you kind of get the best of both worlds, and when I'm videoing, I zoom over to those beautiful women in the stands and stuff like that. So I'm just asking, what do you think about that idea? Like having a jersey with your name on it, and like the kids representing your channel.
All I gotta say is just let me know the date and time.
Yeah, and you don't have to be nowhere, but I just want to, I got to get approval from you, and we'll
Now,
talk about the.
go ahead. I'll be there for that, and I myself will personally come to make my team run laps. I'm going for the win. So just let me
That's
know.
good, brother. That's good. So, man, thank you so much for having me, brother, and we're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, that's right. We are definitely taking over. Thank you for everybody you brought over from your channel to mine, because I definitely see some new names. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the comments from you guys. So thank you. Special shout out to you guys. Hope you guys continue to stay tuned. Queen Status says, Chapapa, one of your weekly lives. I've seen you on Taylormade Dreams, but not solo. You're very knowledgeable for your age. Thank you so much for that, Queen Status. I just learn, and when people talk, I feel the energy out, and if it's worth listening to, I listen to 3 times over. But like I just told John, my lives are random, so I could have something planned out weeks ahead. I could do something, plan something the day before. So just turn on that notification bell, and stay tuned. And for any of you guys on my channel who aren't subscribed to the Dominican Route, make sure you guys go do that right now, please. Like all his videos, drop a comment, let him know where you're coming from. And we're just gonna share, we're gonna interact. There's gonna be a lot of good things going forward. You guys heard him. We're gonna have a nice little baseball tournament. Team Chapapa TV.
That's right.
I'm calling right now.
We can talk shit to each other, man. Have fun.
I'm calling right now that the team's gonna win. But John, your closing statement for
man. My closing statement is just don't let anybody hold you back from anything. Love life. Get that negative energy out of your life. I don't care if somebody call you a lame, you a simp, you this, whatever makes you happy. That's what it's all about. So just stop worrying about people. If you got to start all over, start all over. I played with the New York Yankees. I've done a lot of different things. I've rubbed elbows with Jamie Foxx and Master P and Khalid and all type of celebrities and done a whole bunch of things. If you have to start over, start over. And if you got to start walking down the street, walk down the street. Don't be embarrassed to go to work or whatever. So stop thinking and stop thinking about what other people thinking about you. They're not paying your bills. They're not feeding you. And don't let nobody fool you. People go through shit all the time. You might not hear about they shit, but they going through stuff. People go through stuff all the time, and just because they acting like everything is all right, don't act. You just got to keep moving on. You just got to keep pressing on and be yourself and do your own thing. That's it, brother. I digress.
That's perfect. Thank you for that. And to piggyback off what you said, people, find your happiness.
That's right.
Find your peace. Don't worry about the cost, what it will cost others. Worry about what it's charging to you to be at peace mentally, spiritually, physically, wherever you are. If one place isn't working out for you, don't be scared to go to the next. Don't be scared to try something new. It doesn't matter if you're my age, John age, 70, 60, 80.
That's right.
As long as you're taking those steps to prolong your life and find self-happiness. Because, John, a lot of people are going to think home runs win the games, but base hits win games too.
That's right. That's right. Base hits. You need base hits just as much as you can't. Everybody can't hit home runs. Just those small little victories. Getting to first base, then getting to second base, then getting to third base, then you hit that winning run in. So that's what it's all about, brother. You're right.
Exactly. Stop trying to swing for the home runs, because not everybody's going to hit a home run. Go for the base hits, and you'll be surprised where you end up.
Dang, you'll be surprised. That's powerful.
You'll be surprised when you end up around the diamond. Like, damn, how I get here with all these little base hits, and you're happy and you're at peace and everything is just flowing and you're protecting. But listen, once you have that peace, protect it. Find your beach. Find your beach in life. Find that place of relaxation, that beautiful time where the sun's up and the sand is hot and the waves are splashing and you got your lobster for 700 pesos. Find your beach, yeah.
That's it, brother. You hit it. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Yes, sir. About to end the live. Just stay backstage real quick. But listen, y'all, make sure you guys subscribe to both channels, like all the videos. If you missed this live, that's your fault. Just turn on the notification bell and you'll be here for the next one. But until then, find your beach.